Trump or his attorneys. She's also
Oh yeah, Black Sun in the hizzle, all for shizzledism. We got an excellent show here today. Um, we got Gideon already in the house. We already got we got oh shoot, we already got real walkie talkie. We got Woo Bump the Bam up in the house. Man, we yeah, we got okay. Oh man, this camera. I was trying to switch to my this camera's kind of it's okay. Okay, yeah, let me check it out. All right, so yeah, man. Yeah, that camera's a little bit more. Yeah, this other camera, I don't know. Yeah, it's darker, but it's better. I like it better, and it doesn't do all that autofocus nonsense. I like this one better. Okay, so yeah, man. Shout out, shout out. Oh man. Trump getting convicted. When? Oh, he's talking in general. Oh, by the way, they postponed his document case. Judge said that can't do it. You know what? Let me play a video real quick while we wait for MD to get here. Peace to Che, man. Once I arrive at Lady. Oh, okay, cool. So Che's gonna jump on, man. He's gonna be at China's house. So man, we can't wait. We can't wait. Um oh man. Man, I mean, where do I start? Where do I start, man? We go, man, we like I said, this all started. All this started because MD called me. He's like, yeah. This all started. In fact, this didn't even start with Mike Johnson. This started with let me give y'all context. This started with Jim Jordan. Now, y'all know in Congress, Jim Jordan, he kept going through it, man, and MD was like, yeah, yeah, Jim Jordan ain't gonna make it. Jim Jordan ain't gonna make it. And I'm just like, MD don't know about the three-card money. We're like, Jim Jordan over here, and we're sliding in Mike Johnson. Jim Jordan over here, everybody, and we're sliding in Mike Johnson. So now, because the Democrats thought they had a real victory, so did the mainstream media. They just thought, oh, they had us, right? They thought they had the. They just thought, oh yeah, they're not gonna get Jim Jordan. Yeah, we're gonna get another damn, and then Mike Johnson was slid in there. So now all of a sudden, the narrative now is all about Christian nationalism. Christian nationalism. Oh, the new guys are Christian nationalists. Because I'm gonna tell you how it all started. Because when Jeffries, he made his speech. He's like, yeah, and the LGBTQ and the gays and the Congress is all, oh yeah. So Mike Johnson's like, okay, I got you. And so he came on like, I like thank Jesus Christ and the Lord, and we're gonna pray. And they're like, oh my gosh, she's talking about God. So that's where the whole Christian nationalism thing come from. And MD will agree it's a tit for tat. So now MD has went to the extreme because I believe he's related to Fannie Willis. He has accused me of being a Christian nationalist. So what is Christian nationalism? What is it? Let me okay, so let me do a roll call. We got goddamn, yep, we got Gideon up in here. So Gideon, man, don't go nowhere, man. We're gonna need you for this one. Um Che is here. He's Che is on the way. Che is en route. And we got Woo Bop the Bam. We're walkie talkie in the house. So we waiting on MD. Where's MD at, man? Let me see where's MD at, man? MD must be driving. He must be driving, but that's okay. PO 300. Okay. So let me do a catalytic converter, but every time I replace the catalytic converter, it has to be replaced within months. Again, due to possibly something wrong with the pistons. Quote 3 years ago. It has has something to do with Kelly converters. Okay. All right. Just gotten a message from my son. We working on this hoopty. So yeah, um, we're gonna discuss Christian nationalism now tonight. Now tonight, what MD's gonna do? MD already predicted he's gonna give you the textbook definition. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give y'all a real. I'm not going to do the see. MD is so by the book. He's going to give you a textbook definition. He's going to try to force fit that on me, and I'm going to show y'all because unlike MD, I studied theocracies. Okay, Christian nationalism is a form of a theocracy. It's a form of a theocracy. And with that being said, um, Mike Johnson is a constitutional lawyer, so he knows there is no way to implement any type of Christian nationalism uh, nationwide. And what I'm going to do, of course, is I'm going to show and prove. Let's see, Google. Let me see if I got my Google thing ready to go here, because you know I'm coming with slides. And all I got to do, I just got to show one slide, and I'm going to shut it down. You know, he sent me, MD sent me some articles to try to taunt me and all that stuff. And I'm just like, he's sending me some mainstream MSNBC shit. He's sending me some social media shit. He's just sending me all kinds. I'm just like, bro, MD, you're not ready. You're not ready. You're not ready. I study theocracies, man. And let me tell you, Mike Johnson is not a Christian nationalists and these CNNs and all, they throwing this word around so loosely. They're throwing it around so loosely. And I believe these people listen to my show. They listen to the Arena Uncensored because I was the one that coined phrase that word, and they done just ran with it. Christian nationalism. You've heard it here first. I'm the first one on the internet to mention Christian nationalism. And now it's like all over the internet now. And let me tell you something. It's, wait a minute, hold on. Let me see. Google Slides. That's what I need. Google Slides. Google Slide. Oh yeah, I'm gonna bring a slide up tonight. So yeah, let's see. Google Slides. Sign in. And let's see. Yep, there it is. Got it. Add to Chrome. Let's see. Add to Chrome. I really didn't need to do that, but okay. And okay. Good okay. Yep, got my slide ready. Okay, so I'll just tuck this away. Got it. I will tuck this away. And when I'm ready, govern fairly to be, let me see. No, we don't want that. Is this the original? Yep, here it is. Boom. Okay, I got my slide ready. Okay, so I got my slide in the tuck. What's up, Chris? What up, Chris? Christian nationalism already infiltrated America's worse than Hamas. I mean, you've always had Christians in America, but Christian nationalism in the government, no. Mm-mm. I mean, you got politicians who are Christians, but I don't agree that it's Christian nationalism. But I'm going to show y'all. Like I said, I got a secret weapon. I'm going to show y'all, and I'm just waiting on MD. Let me contact MD. I think he might be. I think he might be. Can I convert it every time I replace the converter? It has to be replaced. Damn, within months again due to the possible something wrong with the pistons. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so oh, so that's what Chris is saying. Let me see MD, man. MD, hold on. We live. I'm just saying when we live. Let me see. We live. Okay. All right. Just send an MD message, man. I think he getting ready. I think he getting ready, man. He's gonna bring. I think he's bringing his documents. He got all these videos, but yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of share screen tonight. Gideon, we need you to uh, be our star witness. Gideon, you still there? Shout out to everybody, man. He's gonna be my star witness tonight. Actually, I think he's the prosecution state witness. I think Gideon is MD's star witness. So Gideon don't know what the hell's going on. But no, Gideon, we just need you to be you. We just need you to be you, man. That's all we need. And Gideon, Gideon is a real Christian nationalist, y'all. And so just by him being on the stand, I'm gonna win this hands down because by MD trying to paint me as a Christian nationalist, and then we got Gideon who's a real Christian nationalist. Y'all will determine and y'all will vote in my favor that MD, you went for Hail Mary on this one. Black Sun is far from a Christian nationalist. So, but MD's using extreme examples. But while we're waiting, let me pull up an article real quick. Let me share a real quick article. Y'all want to do articles? Y'all want to do a video? Because it's not an official show. Y'all want to do an article or video? I'm gonna let y'all decide. I'm gonna let y'all. Oh, you got Gideon. What up, Gideon? What up, Gideon? Witness tonight, man.
Yo, you get yo, what up, people?
Hey. Oh, he said, oh shit, Christian nationalists assert that America is and must remain a Christian nation. So I'm assuming you don't agree with that, Chris, but I would have to ask, when did America start as a Christian nation? But I'm assuming you don't agree with that. I'm assuming that you don't agree with that. So I'm not going to put you on the spot, Chris. But if you like to, just for the sake of challenging, but what's going on, man? What's going on, Gideon? What's going on?
Yo, peace to you, man. Black Sun. How goes it, man?
Man, it's going good, man. We got a new speaker, man. And I was trying to explain. Well, I didn't have to explain it. Me and MD actually agreed, but they were trying to, they were being tricked by was it Jim Jordan, and all along they had Mike Johnson in the tuck. And so now people are upset because Jeffries, he got up there and said, yay for the transsexuals and yay for gay rights and yay, and kept just pushing that stuff down people's throats. So Mike Johnson got upstairs and said, well, thank God and thank Jesus and and they're like, so the Republicans went crazy. So now everybody's accusing him of being Christian nationalists.
Well, now you have what you have, like, okay, you have man-made terms and how they use it in a political type sense.
Okay.
So I understand, like, the man-made term of a Christian nationalist is like something similar to like some type of conservative is what I would, just going off the shooting in the dark here,
Okay.
Being a conservative man that has like conservative values, and they are not really per se like born again for the most part.
Okay.
And that's how I would see it. Like, they would say Trump might be some type of a Christian nationalist. So somewhere down those lines, I'm not saying he's exactly that, but I can see why people would say that. I'm pretty sure Trump is against abortion. He's he's against he wants to keep the
I'm against abortion.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, so when you say you're a Christian nationalist in that sense, I mean, I get it. But the Bible has another definition of those combination of words. When you say a Christian nationalist, because what the Bible says is that when a person becomes born again and they become a Christian, like for real, and not just like the political type of understanding, but a real Christian.
Right.
You become born again, you become a new creature, and you become born into the kingdom of God, and you become a citizen of the kingdom of God first.
Right.
So in actuality, and I can back it up with Bible, and with actuality, you become a Christian more than you become anything else.
Man, I'm coming, man. I'm getting my haircut.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
Tell him D, I said, what up?
Yeah, go. Gideon said, "What's up, man?" Gideon said, "What's up?"
All right, here I come.
Okay. All right, y'all, man. MD was getting his haircut, man. He ready.
Cool.
Yeah. He's on his way. He was just getting a haircut, man. So yeah, he running a little late. So, okay. So Chris says this, Gideon. He says, full allegiance is demonstrated through the willingness of the faithful to live and die for the teachings of their God. The key word, demonstrate. Okay, straight it. I don't know.
Let me say this. Like, something happened to me, man.
Right.
I would say it's like in 1995 is when I first like walked down the aisle of a church.
Yeah.
But then it really started to take hold of me when I was in jail. And some guy came to me. I ain't know him from a can of paint, man.
Right.
This dude told me my whole story. And it's not something that I can prove to you, but it hit me home. It hit me in the heart, man. And when I came out of jail, I was a different dude.
Right.
Like I started to develop like true dignity.
Okay.
And meaning that you got dignity, you got pride, or you got your pride and your place in the world. So when you're worldly, you worry about worldly things. But when you become born again, that stuff starts to lose its power on you. And as you grow, just like how you're a baby, you start to grow out of the norm, out of the status quo, and you start to see things how God sees it as you grow. Okay. And now I'm at a point now where I can't stand how the world runs. I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about how the different organizations and systems that run this place. Right. And when you say a Christian nationalist, that's what that's supposed to mean. Like, my nationality is Christ. Oh. And it says that in the Bible. It says that we are I'll read it to you. It says in 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9.
I think you get in because you already winning my case already. I think.
Well, that's false what he's saying, but I'm letting him continue.
Well, I mean, we have differences and everything, but I'm just going to explain. Where it says, "But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people that should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light." And there are other things, but that's like the main point what I wanted to talk about. There's another scripture that talks about worldliness, and that if you love the world, the love of the Father, it's not in you. And when I see myself, when I think of myself, I'm not black no more. I'm not. I don't go with black. I don't go with anything. I'm a Christian.
Right.
That's first and foremost. When I die, I got someplace I gotta go. You see what I'm saying? Right. Like I'm going to where my Lord is. Like, Jesus is everybody's God, right? But you have to make him your Lord, and by you make him your Lord, that means that you're born again. You're born out of this world, and you're born into the kingdom of God. And when that happens, you can. The term Christian nationalist is very accurate. I'll stop there.
Oh man, I rest my case.
All right. So let me jump in real quick, because like I said, man, I'm in line, man, trying to get my haircut. I want you to play that video that I sent you.
Will do.
Because it's poignant to the topic. Now, based on the rhetoric or based on the ideology, I totally agree with what Gideon said in terms of what Christian nationalism is. The problem is he's misconstruing Christian with nationalism. Christian is the ideology. Nationalism is the way you exude that ideology within the group. That's the issue. What I'm telling you is anything that opposes that through the ideology, in and of itself, directly or indirectly, characterizes a Christian nationalist. And Black Sun is on trial tonight by exuding those different characteristics within Christian nationalism. Not to say that he's exalting the Christian ideology, but he's opposing anything that is based in retaliation of that. So that's what he's charged with. Despite whether he say he's an atheist or not, his rhetoric spews Christian nationalism, and we're gonna prove that tonight.
Okay, I understand that. I think I kind of alluded to that earlier when I was saying that, I understand that there are people that, the whole conservatism type thing. And I can understand that, like, because Christian values, they are the best values. I'm talking about take God out of it. You take God out of it, it's the best thing going anyway. It won't save you or anything, but it's still the best as far as ideals go.
Okay, well, my argument is that, MD's going to show some videos tonight. He's going to show some social media and MSNBC. What's going on, people, is that MD's mad like the damn mainstream is mad. We tricked them when it came to the Congress. We had Jim Jordan in the back. When they're like, oh, we're not going to get Jordan, we slid in Mike Johnson. Now that we got our victory, slid in Mike Johnson, now he's upset. Now we mad because Mike Johnson has been accused. They trying to find what is wrong with Mike Johnson. When Mike Johnson made his speech, when Jeffries got up there, he alluded to gay rights and transgender rights and, rainbow rights. And when Mike Johnson got up there, he just said, I want to thank the Lord. That's all I want to say. And now it became a problem. So anybody who is supporting Mike Johnson is a Christian nationalist. And I want to say this, my defense tonight, I will show in one slide because my opponent, MD, he's going to show social media this and he's going to show a bunch of people's opinions. But as somebody who studied what Christian nationalism is a form of a theocracy. And not only will I show y'all, I will get my opponent to agree to that. And because it's
I've already agreed to it.
Well, then ladies and gentlemen, he's lost half the battle because in establishing a theocracy, he has to show the intent of Michael Johnson wanting to establish and overthrow the Constitution and establishing a theocracy. He has to show without a shadow of a doubt whether any Trump supporter, myself, or Mike Johnson has the intent of setting up a Christian theocracy. And I rest my case.
Okay. With that being said, this is what I want to go into, right? Because I started out, and like I said, I came in late because I'm out and about, right?
That's fine.
I started off my statement by saying, whether direct or indirect, the fact that the opposition of whatever aspect of conservatism you lie with puts you in bed with Christian nationalism. I never argued that Black Sun wants a theocracy. That never was my argument. My argument is his viewpoint based on the opposition shows him to be in lockstep with Christian nationalism, so therefore he's guilty by association. And I'm gonna prove that based off of MAGA Mike Johnson and his rhetoric that he spews. I'm gonna also prove that with an MSNBC editorial showing that the base that he aligns himself with are Christian nationalists. So without further ado, if you got anything else, we can go to the first video.
Bet. Okay.
Got an echo. Somebody got an echo.
Okay, so we got two of them. We got the House Speaker Mike Johnson by the atheists, and then we got religious extremists by MSNBC. So we got
whichever one you want to go with. Pick one.
Okay, we'll go with the atheist guys. So let me get a share screen, and we will boom. because this one was first. So we'll talk about new speaker. It's titled New Speaker Mike Johnson is a fervent, perfect title for this damn debate, is a fervent Christian nationalist. Okay, so we got this guy, the friendly atheist, who's going to break this.
Now, before you get started, as a caveat, please remember, if anybody tuned in to the previous show that he did earlier today, he was opposed against Islam based on the fact of his personal viewpoints of how he views Islam, and then in turn, with no rhyme or reason, supported Israel based on that fact. Keep that in mind, people.
Let me say this in that defense. I was saying that because of the fanaticism of groups like Hezbollah, groups like Hamas, groups like Al Qaeda, because of their aggressive need to want to form a theocracy.
You can't pigeonhole those groups with just generalized Islam. You can't do that. But that's what you did. Why? Because you align with Christian nationalism. I'm gonna show that.
Okay, and again, I'm going to show tonight in one slide that the whole purpose of Islam is to establish an Islamic government. The end game of every jihad is to establish a theocracy, and I will show that tonight. So, are you ready, MD? We're going to play your video.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So let me play this.
Because everyone who talks about the stuff we talk about is talking about Mike Johnson this week. And I'm going to go into this assuming that the people watching this may just know something about how this guy got elected Speaker of the House, but I'm assuming you don't know anything about him. So that's where I'm coming from on this.
Black Son, at any point in time you want to stop it and question something, please do.
And the Republican that got.
We'll do.
And if I want to highlight a point, I'll tell you to pause it.
Okay, sounds good. And you too, Gideon, if you, so is Gideon a referee or is he a star witness? What's going on?
Well, Gideon is there just to give reference to Christian nationalism.
Okay, good, bet. Okay, bet. Let's do this.
Got elected Speaker of the House this week, unanimously among Republicans, is that he may be the biggest Christian nationalist politician to get to this level of politics that we've ever seen. For those of you who are as old as I am, you remember when John McCain chose Sarah Palin to be his running mate in 2008. And one of the many reasons that she was such a disaster for him is because she was so heavily into Jesus and like weirdly so. And it seemed like she was a creationist and she wanted to put her religious beliefs into law.
Notice the bait and switch. He went from Mike Johnson to damn Sarah Palin. I object to that.
All he was doing was giving the barrier, Black Son. Stop faking the phone. All he doing is giving parameters on what he's talking about. That's all he did.
Sarah Palin and Mike Johnson are not the same person. I object, but let's keep it moving.
In ideology, there is, but let's keep it moving.
I object to that. Okay.
And she was going to be a heartbeat away from the presidency, and John McCain wasn't exactly a big health nut, and he was getting older. That was a concern in 2008. And now you have this guy, Mike Johnson, who is now 2 people away from the presidency, and that's also scary. So the question I want to try to answer here is, there are 2 questions. What exactly does he believe? And how the hell did he get this high up in politics while the mainstream media has mostly downplayed or ignored all of his crazy Christian beliefs? That's what I'm hoping we can answer. I don't know, for those of you who follow the judicial side of things, maybe you're familiar with the name Leonard Leo. And if you're not, he likes it that way. Leonard Leo is kind of the Svengali of right-wing judicial nominees. He's the guy who's basically handpicked the last 3 Supreme Court justices that Trump appointed. He got so many of his Federalist Society picks to be appointed, nominated, and then approved by GOP senators to have
Hey,
lifetime
pause it
appointments
right
on
there,
the
Black
bench.
Son.
Leonard Leo is the reason our whole judicial.
Okay.
Now he talked about Leonard Leo, basically the whip at the particular time when Trump was in, who picked the well, not necessarily picked, but nominated the justice. Now, take this whole video. I don't want people to misconstrue what my argument is. Don't take this video as I'm agreeing with everything the dude's saying. All I'm doing is highlighting the track record of Mike Johnson. That's the purpose of this video.
Okay.
The views and opinions of the friendly atheist, not the views and opinions of MD20. Just put it that way.
Okay.
But when you get into highlighting the legislative history, the legal history of Mike Johnson, that's when we're gonna get into the meat. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. Okay. Fair usage also. Fair usage. All right. Let's keep it moving.
System has taken this scary rightward shift. He's the guy behind it. And most people who don't pay attention to law have no idea who he is. That's what I think Mike Johnson is too. Like a behind the scenes guy who wants to shift everything to the right. And now, finally,
notice how he's giving his opinion, but let's keep it moving.
He's in a position.
Well, that's what I just said.
Help.
Okay. 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 I just wanted to make sure everybody know that he's giving his opinion right now, but let's keep it moving.
Make that happen. And I'm also worried because now that he's in that position, it's far too late to stop a guy like this. So, and the thing is, there's no shortage of right-wing extremists in the Republican Party. Those of us who follow politics know who a lot of them are because they always seek out the spotlight. They never shy away from talking about their Christian beliefs. They're also sloppy in their rhetoric because their speeches resemble church revival services. They use every media appearance to tell you about Jesus. And it's creepy if you're not Christian, and probably even if you are. But one of the interesting things is after Mike Johnson got chosen to be speaker, there were so many articles with the headlines like, who is Mike Johnson? Let's find out. Here's 55 things you might want to know about the guy because you probably know zero. Even Senator Susan Collins of Maine was like, I'm going to have to Google who this guy is. So he's not familiar unless you're just addicted to like Fox News. But this guy has promoted just the most extremist right-wing positions for decades without really getting attacked for it in the national press because he mostly functioned behind the scenes. His name would appear in articles, maybe, but always like in the fourth paragraph. He was never the main character in any of these things. So I'm going to start running through a list of a lot of his more insane positions. And I have a bunch of tabs I'm going to show you along the way here. So let's start with this.
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this.
Here's one. This is him from 2022. I'm going to hone in on this part here.
Listen, Black Son, listen.
This is the part I want to show you. Most people today, this is from 2022, Mike Johnson on Facebook. Most people today who insist upon a rigid separation between church and state are unaware that the phrase derives not from the Constitution, but from a personal letter that President Thomas Jefferson wrote to the Danbury Baptist Association in 1802. Right there, I mean, he is correct. It doesn't appear in the Constitution. No one was saying it did, but okay, let's keep going here. Thomas Jefferson explained that because religion is a matter which lies solely between man and his God, the language of the First Amendment is a vital safeguard for our rights of conscience. I'm going to just skip down here for a second. Jefferson clearly did not mean that metaphorical wall of separation between church and state was to keep religion from influencing issues of civil government. To the contrary, it was meant to keep the federal government from impeding the religious practices of citizens. The founders wanted to protect the church from an encroaching state, not the other way around. In other words, the church is not allowed to tell, the state is not allowed to tell churches how to function, but he's saying churches can absolutely tell the government how to run, which is wildly off the mark. It's not what.
Let's talk about it.
Question: is Mike Johnson for the Constitution in terms of free speech?
I mean, according to this, okay, so I mean that's a trick question, MD. You're saying that
What? No, wait. How was that a trick question? He's saying that the church. He's saying that the church should be able to dictate governmental officiate. So how was that a trick question?
to keep federal government from impeding religious practice of citizens, the founders wanted to protect the church from encroaching, not the other way around. Just clear did not mean the metaphoric wall was to keep religion from influencing issues. See that? I mean, I see what you're doing.
I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. You just read it yourself.
But you didn't. Okay, you didn't. Okay, you're not showing us where he wants to impede on your freedom of speech, sir.
Okay, all right, fine. Continue on. We
okay.
Continue on.
I'm not seeing that. No, I mean, if
I clearly see it, but okay, let's continue on.
Okay, hold on. Let me get in. Do you see it? Because I don't see it. Who in the chat sees it? Because I'm missing it. Y'all.
Hey, I'm about to get ready to get in the seat. Hey, just hold tight. Just hold tight. Continue on. I'll be right back.
Okay. So don't play the video or just okay. So y'all, okay.
Yeah, you can stop it. Y'all carry on. I'll be right back. Give me like 15 minutes.
Okay, so Gideon, talk to
me,
man. He's saying that damn Mike Johnson is impeding, so a Christian nation would impede on free speech. I'm because I'm not seeing where.
Catch me up. I stepped away for a second. So yeah, catch me up real quick. So you're saying that he was trying to say that
he was saying that Mike Johnson is breaking the Constitution and freedom of speech. He was also saying that, okay, so he just said Mike Johnson is violating the Constitution of free speech. I don't know how you just did the 3-card money just now because I'm not seeing it, but maybe I don't know if you caught that. I didn't catch it. Chris caught it apparently, but I didn't catch it. 1A for the reason it's the first of all. Oh, hell no, that ain't cool. Okay, so Kelly sees it. Kelly, you got to help me out. If you see it, you got to help me out, sis.
You see, like, I mean, put it like this. I think this guy, I mean, when they talk about Christian stuff, I guess you can call it Christendom.
Okay.
And stuff like that, where it's the worldly version of Christians, like Catholics. Catholics is worldly. That's almost like a theocracy type thing, where it's like it's more political than relationship based. You know, it's like, you know, like it's like having a father. Like your father, yeah, that's your father legally because he signed papers, but it's not based on that. It's based off a relationship that you have with your father. Far more important than the fact that he's your legal guardian. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I came. I just wanted to make sure that they differentiate from the two, where it's like it's not about. I mean, people are going to talk about Christendom and how worldly Christianity is. I think that's what they're talking about. That's what this guy's talking about, and how they represent some of the tenets of Christianity, the conservatism part of it, and you know, I think that's what they're concentrating on. You know.
Now it sounds like Gideon. It sounds like you saying what's similar to what Malcolm X is saying, is that it should be something that's personal as opposed to, when you say worldly, something that's governmental.
Yeah, I guess worldly, and it's like, you know, it's more pride based. When I say pride based, I mean like pride is a campaign to me. Whereas like something like, say you got dignity. Dignity is your true self-worth and value to yourself. Whereas pride is what you want everybody else to see you as. You see what I'm saying? Like, do you understand the dichotomy of what I'm trying to say? Like, I just want to differentiate worldly Christianity from real Christianity. That's the main reason why I'm here, you know? Because when they say like a Christian nationalist, I just wanted that to be clear of that. And then you guys could go on. I just wanted to make sure that like I said before, that's clear.
Right. So now Kelly's saying you can't be a Christian all day, but you can be a Christian all day. She don't disagree with that, but she's saying, but you cannot impose that on the citizens of any form to affect their rights. I don't want.
Oh yeah, I agree. I
Oh,
agree. Like,
okay, so
you're not supposed to. It's not something that you're supposed to make somebody do. God would never want somebody to be forced to be a Christian. But if you do live in a land like how in Israel, if you lived in the land of Israel back in the biblical days where, you had to abide by the law, because remember, the law was church and state was like together back in ancient Israel.
right.
So there was no separation. See what I'm saying? So you had to abide by God's law. That was the law of the land. It wasn't just some religious part of the land. It was the law. So if somebody said, "Oh, a cop pulled you over," he used the 10 Commandments and the commandments to you know what I'm saying, to judge you off or charge you with, And this was the whole thing with Jesus when he was walking around. They brought to him a woman caught in adultery, and they was about to stone her illegally.
Right.
It's like that was illegal. Jesus, when he was alive, he was in the courts. They was trying to crucify him in the courts because that was the law of the land.
So, okay, so clearly we're talking about a theocracy. So I'm trying to understand, based on, I can't wait till MD gets back because I'm a corner him. So, so we just on the fourth part of this video, like say he getting his haircut, but I want to, like I said, my whole thing was to establish, like I said, and MD agreed with me on the beginning. Christian nationalism is a form of a theocracy, cut and dry. So let me show. Let me do a share screen on my thing real quick. So boom. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Iran's theocracy. This is their government. Let me see if I can blow it up just a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. So we got the supreme leader, everything that's in gray, meaning, wait, no. Okay, so everything in gray is permanent. That's unelected. That's the theocratic part of the government. And then the blue is like, they're a republic, Islamic republic. So everything in blue is similar to like what we have. They have a president, a parliament, they have voters, they have an assembly of experts. Everything like the supreme leader is theocratic. The expeditial council is theocratic. Guardian council, theocratic. So everything right here is an Islamic version of what MD's accusing Mike Johnson and myself and Trump supporters of wanting to have, establishing a theocracy. So this right here is a modern version. This is a real version of a theocratic setup right here. This like I said, I like to use Iran because they have their setup is like the supreme leader goes nowhere. So so you got the Guardian Council, those are chosen by the supreme leader, and these are 6 chosen by the judiciary, and these are basically like your imams and shit. So my argument, and like I said, I haven't even watched this video, but MD's argument is it said that he said that Mike Johnson said that the government shouldn't influence religion, but the religion should, and I quote, influencing issues of civil government. So I'm gonna have to break that down because I see what MD's trying to do, and that's not that he's not setting up for a theocratic government. But like I said, I want to hear this whole thing out, and I want to hear his argument because I don't want to jump on it until MD Okay, we got okay. What up, man? Boo bop the bam. What's going on?
Man, what's the word? What's the word?
Man, we trying to break down this Christian nationalism. MD thinks we're in danger of becoming a theocracy based on Mike Johnson, who has no permanent position in Congress.
But I'm saying, what is Mike Johnson? Did he say he was a Christian? Did he come out and say he was a Christian?
Yeah, he's a Christian. Yeah, thank God. But then you got damn, what's his name, talking about thank the damn LGBTQ. So I mean, you're going from one extreme to the, I mean, it's a tit for tat. I'm saying it was
That's extremism. That's extremism.
Which part is
I don't think we have become no theocracy. Not like Iran or Saudi Arabia.
But that's what Christian nationalism is, a form of theocracy. That would be the ideal form of, it would just be a Christian theocracy. That's what Christian nationalism is.
I mean, you still got prayer. You know, when you look at prayer in school,
right?
When you look at things like that, I mean, is that a form of Christian nationalism?
It is a form of Christian nationalism. However, the prayer in school are usually private schools. They're not public schools. They're usually done in private schools. So Christian funded schools, they're not, if I'm not mistaken, those are privately funded. So they're not through taxpayers' dollars. So I've never went to a school, a public school, where they did prayer in school. However, they got private schools that do that, but public schools don't do prayer in school.
Gotcha.
But if anybody has a case of a public school doing prayer in school, then let me know. But I've never seen it in a public school. They have private schools and they have charter schools that are privately funded. They can do prayer in church, but that's private.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, what would you call like prayer? Like if you're going and you're praying like, let us have peace and safety and let us.
Right.
I wouldn't really. I mean, it's cool that you go to God for your peace. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. But if you keep it just to that, then you're not praying based on like the word of God. You're just asking God to bless you, which is cool and all, but it's not really like, because when you pray according to God's will, then he hears you. So if you're praying your will, officially in the Bible, it's not being heard. You got to pray God's will. So I just want to add that in there. I know I don't want to. I just want to be clear and keep it clear when they talk about all of these God stuff and everything. Like, it's not, you're not supposed to be praying what you want. You're supposed to be praying that God's will is done in your life. So and you have to find God's will in your life, and then you have to have the courage and guts to actually do what he wants.
So Chris has two good questions. Great questions, Chris. He said, and what do you do if you're praying to the devil? Question mark. And the second question is, you good with praying to God? What about the devil? That's a good question.
Oh, a lot of people pray to the devil. They just don't know it. I mean, if you pray to Mary, you're praying to the devil, because that's what the devil does. He's like a shapeshifter. He's a deceiver. So any other god, you're pretty much praying to the devil. You just don't know it. So you're praying to Mary. Mary's in heaven. Don't get me wrong. She is the greatest woman that ever lived. She in heaven right now. She like, what the hell are they doing down there? Don't pray to them. What are you talking about? A statue? Like, God told you not to do that. They don't care, because they make up their own version of God, and then they pray to that, and they make up their stuff. God's been fighting that throughout the whole Bible. People make up what they want God to be, and I'm gonna pray to this. And if he ain't this, then screw him.
So Chris said, "Oh, you had something to say, E, real quick." Okay, I thought he wanted to say something. So Chris says each person has a free will to pray to whom they like.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. Anybody could do what they want. We have free choice down here. God ain't trying to force nobody to to he tells us the consequences because he wants us to have an informed decision, right? Okay. So don't get it twisted. This is what's gonna happen if you do this or you do that. I'm letting it be known. The devil ain't doing that. The devil's gonna say, hey, look, man, you can make it to heaven if you do this. You could just find the other people that say this about God, and you get a whole bunch of them together, and then you make up your own. It becomes idolatry, and you can say God is this or He's that or whatever the hell you want to make Him be. They did that. They did that in the Old Testament. They was making gods out of fish and stone and trees and creeping things and all of that stuff. God had to correct Israel all the time. You had people that used to come and infiltrate, like Jezebel and all of them, that they used to bring. They used to kill their babies to Molech and then call it God. They say Baal because Baal just means Lord. God is the. You know what I'm saying? So they say God. They put things in God's title, in the name of His title, and they say, "Oh, this is the Lord. This is Baal. This is," and then they just put their fake stamp on it and say that that's God.
Okay, so Kelly says you can pray to your dog if you want. It makes no difference as long as you're not harming people. So that would go.
Yeah.
Okay, so
people can do what they want. It's just there's consequences afterwards. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, okay, you do whatever you want. God gave you a choice. Nobody can take it away from you. God won't take it away from you. He'll just tell you. He just tell you what's going to happen afterwards.
So they can do it if they want. You just got to deal with God, right?
Exactly.
Government shouldn't have to do that, or you, or anybody else.
Exactly.
Okay. So, Chris had a question. He said, "Ask about Exodus 13, verse 2."
You want me to? Oh, you got that, or you want me to pull it up, or what?
You pull it up. I don't have no Bible in my house. Okay.
13:2. Okay. Let's see what it says. Sanctify unto me all the firstborn, whosoever openeth the womb among the children of Israel, both man and of beast, it is mine. Yeah. I sanctify unto him. You have to, he's telling you to do it because that's his will. Now, if you don't do it, okay, you'll suffer the consequences. But he's not telling you, he's not forcing him to do that. He's telling them to sanctify, to do this, because this is my will. So the Bible is a book of what God wants, and you have to choose to follow what God wants. Now, if you don't, that's up to you.
Okay, so you don't necessarily have to follow it. So there's no religious police or okay, because in the theocracy,
no, there is like in the whatchamacallit, because you would mess up Israel's blessings if something else breaks out in Israel. You have the people that used to come around. No, we're not doing this. We're not doing that. We're following what God said. Because God made us. He gave us this nation. He protected us. And you ain't going to mess it up. You know how many times in the Bible where they would, God would tell them to totally and utterly destroy these people. And then it'll be one guy that took the gold and he didn't burn the gold. He took it in and hid it under his tent. And then God sent the plague until they found the guy, and then they killed him, and then it stayed the plague away. There's many different times that happen where a person will get greedy because God will say, kill them all. Burn their gold, kill their kids because they was messing with their seed has been mingled with demons, and they dedicated with demons, and they tried to infiltrate because they was pretty much trying to stop the birth of Christ at the time. So God's agenda at the time was to preserve something to where his seed, where his son could come through of purity without it being, and that's what the devil tried to stop, but he couldn't do it. Okay. So that's why Israel had all these laws. Now, when Jesus was born and everything he did went down, he died, resurrected, and all that stuff, however you want to take on it, when it went down, when the devil lost that. So then now God shifted it over to the church because he got what he had. He got what he did done. Jesus came through with a pure bloodline, and he wasn't corrupted. he fulfilled everything he was supposed to fulfill, and the devil was trying to stop that. And that was the whole Old Testament. He's been trying to make Israel mix their seed up with the other nations, and God always had to preserve a remnant so that Jesus could come here with pure blood and everything pure, and come out of a household that was led by people that feared and loved the Lord, and he was raised perfectly and everything. And once that was done, the devil was like, dang, well, I gotta go to plan B, C, and D, but he messed that up. He couldn't stop Jesus from being born, and Jesus doing what he did. He couldn't stop it. He tried. God knows he tried, but he couldn't do it. So now that's why all of these laws that Israel they following, like the people that follow Israel now, is like, you're too late. They'll try to make you enforce a law that Israel, was doing it before the Messiah was born. So they'll say, "Oh, don't mix with other nations." Well, that was because God wanted to keep that bloodline, pure for the Messiah to come through. See what I'm saying? Now it's like it doesn't make any sense to do that. He chose Israel not because they were some great people. He chose them because they were small. God always liked to follow. He didn't try to follow or choose the greatest. He liked to choose the least. When you look at the story of Gideon, he told Gideon their army was too big. And Gideon, his faith was being stretched. God was tearing him up. Gideon was like, oh my gosh. That the guy I choose to name myself after, Gideon, he was going up against with the Persians, and they had a great army. And God was like, nah, your army's too big. And Gideon was like, are you sure? God's like, nah, they too big. And he kept on reducing the army, and Gideon's going crazy, And then he had to go into a war with 300 men going up against 100,000 soldiers. And, because that's what God likes. God is all powerful. He wants to show and make himself. That's why when he went against Egypt, he wanted that battle. All of the plagues that Egypt was hit with, God was targeting Egypt's gods, targeting them. When he took out the sun, he made an open mockery of Ra. When he took out the Nile, he made an open mockery of the Nile gods. He was targeting them. Each one, it was a specific thing, And he's done that throughout the whole Old Testament, where it's like a nation will come up and God would actually target them, and Israel will be whining and moaning because God wants you to have great faith, and it's like he's going to stretch you. He's going to stretch you. But I can see I don't want to take over,
Okay. Let's see. So Chris said, consecrate every firstborn male to me, the firstborn from every womb among the Israelites, both man and domestic animal, it is mine. So I'm assuming Chris is talking about a sacrifice, sacrifice your firstborn son.
No, but he's not talking about killing them. He's talking about you sanctified to me, like it belongs to me. Not that I'm going to kill it, but that child is mine. It'll be whatever God wants to be with him.
So consecrate, what does that mean?
Consecrate means you dedicate it. You dedicate that firstborn to me. Most of the prophets, they were the firstborns. David, he was not a prophet. He was a king. So he was the least out of all the brothers. So God chose him because he was like the smallest. He was like the little runt of the pack. And God was like, all right, I want him. And he became a king, but he wasn't a prophet. Most of the prophets, they've been consecrated to serve God. And those are most of the things in the in the Old Testament was that, just to give backdrop so that to lead up what you guys talking about now. I just wanted to be a backdrop. So when you talk about Christian nationalists, that is not what it is. Like Catholics is not what I follow. That they worship the devil's version of Christianity. One of the devil's versions of Christianity.
So then, I mean, would you agree to a theocracy if it was the Christian theocracy that you follow?
If it was that, well, then we're not gonna have that until Jesus comes. So now I wouldn't do that because it's prophesied that it's not gonna happen. When Jesus comes back, everybody's gonna see him. It's not gonna be it's not gonna be a hidden rapture like some talk about. Every eye's gonna see him, and then so that's the next time when that happens. Other than that, it's gonna be fake. The Antichrist is about to show up soon. He's already alive on the earth, and he's gonna do a lot of crazy stuff. He's gonna have a lot of fake miracles. Probably gonna solve world hunger, do something great, and he's gonna trick everybody except for the people who are really born again. And he's gonna separate. Though he's gonna be is more fake Christians than real Christians. And in these last days, that's gonna be made known because it's gonna be very unpopular to really follow God. The devil is he's already started. He's making it to where if you really follow God for real, he's gonna make you look crazy.
So what you're saying is that this Antichrist has to do great things like recover our economy, brings jobs to America,
all of that,
gas prices.
Yep.
So you're saying
it could be, yes, it could be Trump. Who knows? Nah, but it says that I would think he has to be a Jew or some type of a lineage with the Jews and everything, and he's gonna be the man at first, but he's gonna turn, he's gonna flip, and he's gonna be like, "Yo, if you don't take this mark, I'm chopping your head off." But that's gonna be later on. But when he first comes on the scene, everybody gonna love him. He's gonna be doing some stuff, man. He's gonna be doing some stuff. He's gonna recover economies. He's gonna build and destroy and rebuild. So the whole great reset is gonna be, the phoenix rising out the ashes. This is why I believe he's destroying America right now. Because
Joe Biden. This is why Joe Biden is purposely.
Yeah, he's being used. Yeah, is the devil? You're not gonna see him walking around, but the Antichrist, you're gonna see him because he's gonna actually take his body over. The Antichrist will be walking around.
You got some people like E. Bizzle and Ron who believe that Joe Biden's doing a great job.
Nah, see, when you know the history, like if you support abortion, then you worship Molech. There's nothing new under the sun. If you support abortions, I go straight back to when they worship the bull and they used to kill the babies to music, and it's Molech worship.
But I think a lot of people who support Biden is just like the people in Chicago. They just vote for Biden because
he's a Democrat.
They didn't like Trump, so they were like anybody but Trump. And so now I don't think they were actually.
They didn't know.
I don't think Ron or E agrees with abortion, but they just so mad at Trump. I think it's a form of jealousy, and so they're like, "Oh, vote for Biden," just out of spite.
Yeah, but you see, when you try to follow the Bible, you know what it really. Those are all smoke screens. If you can say, "Oh, he's abortion, but he's doing this and he's supporting black people," that's the scam. When you start to see, but the old
Biden is not supporting black people. I mean, with the migration, and not only are black people in Chicago upset, but the Asian community is upset. The Ukrainians of all people are upset about it, and the Hispanics are upset about the damn whole migration thing.
The only thing I need to see is that he was down with abortions, and I don't care how good you look. If you these are some of the markers that a Christian follow.
Trump is definitely against abortion. So yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I went. It was because these are the reasons why I went, because it's like, okay, there were certain bullet points that I know, okay, because these are the old enemies. There's nothing new under the sun. The old ways of how they used to try to come at Israel and how they infiltrated Israel and how they're doing the same thing now. So when I see stuff like abortions and everything, I know what that really represents. Okay. So I don't even need to see anything else.
Okay, now MD, and I'm gonna bring this up again so he can defend himself. He will accuse me because I'm not a Christian, but because I'm against abortion, he'll accuse me of being a Christian nationalist.
I understand that. I understand.
He explained that.
I mean, I understand. Like I said, being a conservative, huh?
You don't agree with it?
Well, like I said, you follow. I mean, you you're down with some of God's tenets, some of his of the way he does things, the MO, you agree with how God does it, but if you take God out of it, it doesn't really matter. You know, if you're trying to say, hey, God does these things the right way, and I'm gonna follow these things, but I'm not gonna follow nobody that I can't see because I need it. You got to show me to, and then I'll believe. There's many people that are like that. That's the world in a nutshell. Most
So
people.
So then you would disagree of MD's analogy of saying that I would be pushing Christian nationalism, or would you agree with him or disagree with him?
It's 50-50 because I understand where he's coming from. But you obviously, like as you say, you're an atheist. You don't follow God because he's God. You may follow some of the things he did because of his logic lines up. Like abortion. I mean, if we look at it logically, take away God's agenda. Okay, you're going to start killing yourself because you don't want a baby. So you're just going to have crazy sex and then get rid of the baby as an app. So it makes sense not to abort because if you care about your people, your community, and you're going to be killing yourself and you're having babies and you're wasting all of this time. And I understand why you would choose that. It's the best way to go. If you was to value the woman that we have sex with and stop having crazy sex, which makes perfect sense, fornication is dumb.
So you say 50-50. So what side are you saying that I'm right with, and what side are you saying?
I understand where he's coming from when he says that, you're a Christian nationalist. I understand because a Christian nationalist in the world, yeah, you are that. But the real version of Christian nationalism is it's not nowhere near that, Like Donald Trump could be called a Christian nationalist per se.
He is being called a Christian nationalist. Anybody who supports Donald Trump is being accused of being a Christian nationalist. This is the way MD is making his argument tonight. He's saying that,
and maybe like being a Protestant a representation in the public. It's not clear cut. Most of these people, they like Catholics, they get clear cut representation in a vague way, but a Protestant type thing, they kind of mush them together nowadays where I'm just a Christian, Catholics or not. But back in the day, Martin Luther and all of them, that was a big separation. You couldn't, if you was against the Pope, it was a big thing. But now they literally trying to merge together. They got videos of people saying, "Oh, there's no more Martin Luther. That's over with. Now we're gonna merge the Protestants and the Catholics together."
Is it because their numbers are shrinking?
I mean, they were just trying to get a power base to have some of God's ideals respected, which is kind of smart to do, but it's fruitless at the end of the day. Like, I would want to live in a country where at least you follow God's ways without following God. That's going to be better than anything else. So if I go to a Catholic country, like when you're close to God enough, it's better than being totally far away from him. You know what I'm saying? Because God's ways actually make sense on its own, but you take away the true power of it when you take God himself out of it and just take his ways. You understand what I'm saying?
So then, because you got countries like Iran, Yemen, Qatar,
yeah,
and
like those countries, when Christians come out of them, like they're putting their life on the line. These people are getting their heads chopped off, and they're choosing Christ anyway.
Right,
because those are real Christians over there, because their lives are on the line, and they are saying, "You know what? Just kill me. Just kill me. I'm following Jesus, the man, Jesus, the resurrected Christ. Kill me." These people, they show these people getting their heads chopped off, and they're not even bugging. They're like, "Yo, I'm out. It's gonna hurt a little bit right now, but I know where I'm going." So when you know where you're going, it gives you a whole different viewpoint.
All right. I had to bring this up because I've talked about it many times, and yeah, Milwaukee, huge.
Let me play something real quick. We're gonna take a little break. I'm gonna play something that just came in, and shout out. He said, "Black Son, I am 55 pounds, mostly vegan. Now just saying, trying my best, brother." Yo, you got jokes, Chris. Because vegan diet has the highest carbs, man. And I'm saying this as a vegan. It has the highest carbs, man. You can't, let's just say I can't get a 6-pack eating carbs. So, but no, it's 100%. Oh, you're not joking. Man, something you're not doing right, because if you eat, oh man, that'll be a whole nother show, Chris. I might have to do a special show for you, because you got vegan bodybuilders. Vina and Serena Williams are vegan. You got like huge vegans. That's why I'm just like, no syrup, no beer, 6 weeks. Okay, I'm proud of you, Chris, man. But you shouldn't be losing 55 pounds though. I'm a little concerned about that. I mean, I know I'm assuming you're trying to lose weight, but that's a little concerning. That's a lot of weight. That's a lot of weight, brother. That's a lot of weight. 55 pounds. That's a lot of weight. But we'll talk about it, man, because we got to make sure that you're still being healthy. Not saying that losing weight is not healthy, but I don't want I got to see what you're doing to lose 55 pounds. Like I said, a lot of stuff that's vegan has a lot of carbs in it. So, dude, 235, now 180. How tall are you, Chris? How tall are you? 235. Because I'm 225, but I'm 6'2". So, but I'm 225. So your height plays a big part. So I'm just curious, because 180, that's light. As far as me, but I don't know how tall you are. So just depending, but I am stalled at that 5'11". Okay, so 5'11". So 5'11". I'm trying to think. 5'11", 5'11", 5'11", and you're down to 180, and you were 235. Okay, I can see. I think that is the ideal way, but I got it. I don't have my scale with me. I don't have my book, but I mean, there's ideal weights, and some people think it's about losing the weight, but it's just about. I think it's just me. I think it's about adding muscle. You can still have the same weight, just transferring it into muscle, but muscle. I think it'd be forming into muscle, man. I think that's, like I said, that's a whole nother. I'm not even ready to have this discussion that high LDL will change. Hey, man, that's true. That's true. I agree with that. I agree with that, Chris. I agree with that. Man, you about to, I got to keep focused, man, because, I'm going to debate damn MB tonight, man. But I got you, Chris, man. I'm going to do a special show for you, man. But hey, man, shout out to you, man. I'm okay. I see you serious about it. But I want to definitely have a more in-depth show on this topic, man. But let me play something real quick, y'all. I want to just take a little side note while we wait on MD. And this comes from our sister. This comes from our sister. This comes from us. I was just playing it. Well, okay, it's come from our sister Kelly Ray. So we're gonna play this real quick because this just came in. I'm like, oh man, I didn't see this Kelly Ray. So we're gonna play Kelly Ray. And wait a minute, hold on. I said Kelly Ray. Kelly Ray. Hold on. Okay, so we got Kelly Ray. We're gonna bring her video up. All right, so I'm gonna do a share screen. Okay, so let me boom share this tab while we waiting, and we're gonna play this just real quick. Ooh. So the title of this is "The Democratic Stronghold Ended in Milwaukee, Biggest Black Voter Block." Let's play this. Shout out to Kelly.
All right. I had to bring this up because I've talked about it many times. And yeah, Milwaukee, huge black voter block, huge influence on any election, huge. And I'm actually thankful for this article because I was able to take a few notes, know more people to reach out to, because I absolutely will be. And in the video, the young woman makes a very good point, how saying that she thinks that, they're just loyal to the Democratic Party by default, And what have they done? People like to say that they want tangibles for a vote, but do we really get tangibles? Does anybody get tangibles? No. Admit it, Biden
That's a
is
lot.
failing epically, right? As written here. And people are concerned. They don't know what to do.
Illegals getting tangibles right now.
This guy right here is scared that people aren't going to vote or they're going to vote for red, right? And that's why, we've had this argument about, the basis of getting Trump out. And Trump has always said, they don't want me, they want you. I'm in the way. We know what it is. And I'd like to stick to my thoughts and feelings that he was being honest when he said that, right? Needless to say, back to the article. This is going to be a different, they're going to give them, the Democrats, a run for their money. And so am I. I'm going to be out there. So just saying. I mean, I appreciate the new leads and people to talk to. I never heard of Block, but we're going to listen to this clip quick and we'll see.
Says black voters get taken for granted.
Black people in general, I think, tend to be pretty loyal to the Democratic Party. And sometimes I wonder, just based on how that party has performed thus far for people of color, if we should continue to be.
Eric Jones is no Trump fan, but he thinks it's foolish to bet on Trump motivating black turnout.
I get people saying they're not going to vote. That's my fear. That if they see those two and they're going to say, screw it, we're damned anyway.
We met Jones at the 5th anniversary of the Bronzeville Collective. Several local artists sell their goods here. It is a source of smiles and hope in a community often defined by poverty and a high incarceration rate.
When the factories and the manufacturing left, jobs left. When jobs leave and opportunities leave, then you have certain things that are domino effects, right?
Jones says the president should stop by and learn a lesson.
Well. I mean, you heard it. And again, I'll say interesting at best. They got to figure out a way to knock Trump out of the box. That's their only way at a win, right? Hopefully not, but that would be their only road. So they're going through all this just to make sure that they get what they want. It's sickening. It's a dirty game, blah, blah, blah. But for here, I appreciate it. I appreciate the information, and I will absolutely follow up with it. I can't wait to see this one.
Shout out to Kelly Ray. And I agree with you, MD. He is giving tangibles to the Hispanics and the migrants, which we've talked about it, but we got to get back to our debate.
Oh, we've definitely talked about it, Blackstone in the panel. We in the building.
Shout out to Che. Shout out to Che and Shiny, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been saying, Black Sun, they got to come with something tangible. They want the black vote. They got to come.
Yeah, I'm back.
What up,
Okay.
MB?
What's up? What's happening?
Fine. We in the building. I told you I was gonna get on when I got to Lady Chase. So we here now. So what were y'all discussing? The Christian nationalism. When I hear Christian nationalism, I hear the KKK. I hear them good old boys, the patty rollers, the slave patrol. That's what I hear. So I hear white supremacy. I don't hear nothing else because they master white supremacy under their religion. And the biggest religion that's not a religion is white supremacy. Even John Wayne said it. But go ahead, Lady Che. I gotta warm her up something to eat.
I think Christianity is the colonizers' motherfucking religion. So I mean they only brought that shit back with them. That's what they enslaved us with. That's what they bring back here. They talk about marriage and family, etc. But they fail to mention that they some devils. That's pretty
All
much
right, let's bring it into the modern sense though. See that's what I was afraid. I ain't wanna make it a historical adequacy, right? Like what about Christian nationalism like here today? How is that viewed in essence of how we view politics and government?
I think the fact that it's ignored, like when Nick Fuentes was running around and he could get away with saying all kind of shit and nobody really punished him. Nobody really said anything to him. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she can go ahead and have all sorts of racist tropes outside of her office, condemning Muslims and whatnot, or hating on the people that she worked with that were elected, and nothing really happens to her except for now they bring it up. But really, is anything going to happen to her? Probably not. They mock her, but they don't really punish her. They haven't took her out of her position. So I think that it's still something that gets a pass. Jason Black did a movie called Race Wars where he talked to one of them, and they was all nonchalant, like they still hold superiority. They still are, fear that they're gonna be erased. Their birth rate.
So let me ask you. Let me ask you because I think that's a very important aspect that you just brought in.
Yes, sir.
In America, let's view America objectively, right?
Yes, sir.
If we're talking about Christian nationalism within the governmental policies of America, what would be the opposite of that?
One more again. I'm sorry. I didn't understand your question.
Well, what I'm saying is, if we're looking at Christian nationalism as being an aspect of a systematic policy within government, what would be the opposite of that?
I think the opposite is what the Democrats are doing with Jeffries and
checkmate.
Yeah,
explain the checkmate. Hold on, explain that.
Liberalism or liberty or
liberalism.
Liberalism, yeah.
So the opposite of Christian nationalism is liberalism.
It's either anarchy. It's either anarchy, Antifa, or liberalism.
Yeah, either way.
Extreme liberalism. Yeah, because all this didn't start before all the
way they look at it
is
extreme.
Democratic socialism.
Right.
Okay, cool. So me personally, I don't agree with that. But let's take that into consideration.
What did you think it was?
Based on, huh?
What do you think it is?
The opposite of Christian nationalism?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Freedom.
hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Whoa, hold on. Okay, let's hear your argument, MD. Damn.
That's a whole other aspect, but go ahead.
So you saw Black Sun's point. He was quick to say liberalism.
Mm-hmm.
I said checkmate based on the fact that I knew that's what he was going that's what he was going to say, based on the fact that his Christian nationalistic ideology programs him to say that.
He don't
Liberalism is
have a
not freedom.
Christian
Liberalism is not
ideology.
freedom.
He's an atheist. Remember?
Man,
None of that.
he's an atheist Christian nationalist.
How is an atheist a Christian though? How does that work?
Right. I mean, I'm an atheist.
I'm gonna tell you why when he continued with that video.
Okay, let's continue the video then, man. Because first of all, he's making that argument because I'm against abortion. Come on, like really?
No, that's one aspect, my son. You know that the fact that you retaliated, the fact that you retaliated against Christian nationalism and opposed it with liberalism shows me that you're a Christian nationalist.
Well, the thing is, like,
because we all know what your viewpoint of liberalism is.
No, I mean, when I say liberalism, I'm talking about extreme liberalism. I'm talking about
what is extreme liberalism? What is that?
Imposing transgender,
anarchy,
non-binary.
Anarchy ain't liberalism.
You know, I'm kind of with it. Like what he's saying. You know, the thing is, like, I guess when you separate,
it's not law and order.
Certain dynamics in what they're talking about.
I think it is.
I don't agree with certain things because I really don't agree, like with you know how they made the LGBTQ trans shit. Like they were making legislation for them.
Right.
I don't agree with that shit. That shit's that's a Cabbage Patch made up fucking fictionary tale. And
why don't you agree with LGBTQ? Let's stay right there for a second.
Okay.
Does a person have the right to be gay in this country?
Yes.
Now under Osambo.
Yeah, I mean, you was gay, of course. I have yes. I'm about to say yes. You have a right to be.
They
gay.
have their rights they got their human rights. They got their civil rights, but they don't have the right to tell us that they're a goddamn man when they really a woman, and that they a man when they really
I agree with that. That part I agree with. That's extreme liberalism.
Oh no, they
Damn, it's breaking up. Is it breaking up on my end?
No, you're good. Keep going.
Oh, okay. Okay, now that's Che breaking up.
You have the right to be gay. You have the right to live your life when you want to live your life.
Everybody else.
Is this.
Don't push the agenda. It's a whole agenda behind the shit.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Don't push it on me. Don't force me to accept your things that are weird. Right? Like
okay.
Wearing a fucking
Excellent point.
With a whole
excellent point. Is that
or this
okay? You said
binary motherfucking
non-binary.
A man who came from a woman.
Listen. You just said what needed to be said. It shouldn't be pushed on anybody else. Is that a conservative viewpoint or is that a liberal viewpoint?
Conservative.
No, it's not, and you know it ain't, Black Son.
Explain.
The conservative. What?
The abortion thing is, look, there's circumstances, right? There's certain circumstances where things need.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's breaking up on my end.
Now you sound good on my end. MD, you sound good.
I guess that's Lady Che. Like she breaking up.
Yeah, I think that might be Che's connection because
okay, so but what I said, no, it's not, Black Son. You know it's not. The reason I say no, it's not, is because they reversing it and doing something different in the aspect of trying to take it away completely, i.e., the banning of information from LGBTQ trans. You should have the right to expound on or absorb any type of information that you want. We talking about reverse of an extreme ideology, which is Christian nationalism. The fact that Lady Che said that they shouldn't be putting that on anybody else, that's libertarianism. That's freedom. You know it and I know it. The fact that we talking about this from an extreme aspect, left or right, is the problem in and of itself. And I'm telling you, you don't have a middle ground, Black Son. That's why I'm calling you a Christian nationalist.
Okay, so let's get down to the foundation of this accusation that you're making. So you said in the video, now we stopped right before you got your haircut. You said that Mike Johnson said that the government should not influence the religion, but however the religion should influence the government. So do you want to expound on that?
He said, on the contrary. That's exactly what he said. That's exactly what he said, verbatim.
So can you be more specific, though? That's kind of vague, though. That's
How can I be more specific than that? Mike Johnson believes that the church has a right to dictate or lean into certain policies within government. That's literally what the document said, or the Facebook post.
So you're saying that Mike Johnson is breaking the Constitution. He has tendencies to break the Constitution.
Well, he's breaking the Constitution in terms of free speech because everybody, including yourself, ain't on that religious aspect of government. So yes.
Okay.
But we continue on and get into some more stuff.
Okay, let me play the video. So I'm taking notes. Because you gotta define right before we get started. Define right-wing extremism.
Who said right wing? He said right wing. Remember what I said, Black Son. Don't pigeonhole me to what he's talking about. I'm just talking about what he said, what Mike Johnson said. I don't give a damn about what the Friendly Atheist said.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
all I care about is the quotes of Mike Johnson. That's all I care about.
Okay.
I never use the term right-wing extremism.
Okay, fair enough. All right, I'm gonna play this.
Jefferson meant, and we know that based on his other writing. It's also not how courts have interpreted the law over the years, over decades and decades of case law. They have very clearly said, the government has no business establishing religion, promoting one religious view over another, or, and this is important, religion over non-religion. Government's supposed to stay out of the religion game, and churches shouldn't have any special privileges when it comes to telling the government how to function. So that one's disturbing. Let me jump. I'm going to get back here for a second. Let me jump to a different thing he pointed out. He has a podcast with his wife. And one of the many things he said on this podcast with his wife, this is from Politico. On occasion, Kelly Johnson will tee up her husband for an answer. Why are we the freest, most powerful, most successful, most benevolent nation in the history of the world? And why does every other nation on the planet look to us for leadership and even expect it to us? She asked in one episode. And if you've ever seen, what was that HBO show, Newsroom? You're waiting for the guy to respond to say...
Hold on, MD. So this is his wife talking?
To give context, if it didn't nobody hear.
Okay.
When he began, he said him and his wife have a podcast together.
Right.
Yeah, like me and Lady Che.
Okay.
So he's giving the transcript of a particular episode that they had a podcast on.
Okay, and who is speaking right here?
That his wife asked a question.
Okay.
Do you need to bring it back if you need to, Black Son? Keep up.
Okay. Let me. Okay, boom. Let's do it.
To us for leadership, and even expect it to us. She asked in one episode. And if you've ever seen, what was that HBO show, Newsroom? You're waiting for the guy to respond to say, I promise you, a lot of nations do not think we're the most powerful, most benevolent, most successful nation ever. I promise you, no other nation's motto is we're number 2. Okay? They do not think we are amazing. We are awful at healthcare. We're awful at religious freedom, for real. So they're not looking to us like that. But her husband responds, explaining that America is the only country in the world founded upon a creed or a religious statement of faith.
Stop it.
We're not. There's no statement of faith. We're not founded on in God we trust. That was the 1950s.
Okay, hold on. Okay, let's talk about it.
What did he just say Mike Johnson said in the podcast?
Mike Johnson believes that I'm paraphrasing, that this was founded on the Christian principles.
All right, keep going.
Okay, for that. Okay, let's keep going.
But what? No, stop. But what?
A lot of people say that.
Yeah, Christian, and there's very there's 850 denominations of Christianity. Black Son and MD.
No, I agree.
Well, that's a mute argument, Che, because I know that we talking in this context about evangelical Christianity.
So we're talking about
Protestant. That's a given.
About Lutheran.
We talking about evangelical.
So they're usually Protestant and Lutheran and Methodist.
Evangelical is a denomination all on its own.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're talking about evangelical Christianity. Tell them, Gideon, tell them.
Yeah, there's many different factions when it comes to Christianity. You got like, evangelical and everything. You got and then it goes deeper, and then it splinters off into so much different stuff. It's crazy because the devil is attacking Christianity like more than any other.
I'm glad you said that, Gideon. How do you feel about evangelical Christianity?
Well, I don't know the exact thing about evangelical, but the whole. Oh man, you sound like a leftist nut. I ain't no leftist nut, but anyway.
Hey, don't get caught slipping.
It sounded gay as fuck. I was just gonna say that.
Don't get caught slipping, Gideon. Don't get caught. Hey, I got a more direct question for you. Do you consider yourself an evangelical Christian?
I gotta look up evangelical per se. Because I don't know the exact meaning. What is that actually?
Okay. Hold that thought. I got another clip for you. Just hold that thought. Continue on with the video, Black Son.
I thought evangelicals was motherfucking T.D. Jakes and motherfucking Jet Olsen and all that shit.
Club. Started jamming that in.
Hey, Jay, you exactly right.
I don't know.
Hey, see, now we're gonna dive in because right now, like T.D. Jakes,
T.D. Jakes is not evangelical. T.D. Jakes is not evangelical.
Oh man, we thought we was on mute, guys. I'm sorry.
Joel Osteen.
Yeah, Joel. I don't even consider Joel Osteen evangelical. Evangelical has a certain ideology.
I thought that was evangelicals.
No, they call televangelists. That's just a noun. That's just a name. Evangelical Christianity is based upon the foundations of Christianity in America. That's the exact definition. People like John Hagee. People like Pat Robertson.
Nah, hold
on.
Kelly Rose. I thought he was gay as fuck.
Evangelicals take the Bible seriously and believe in Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. The term evangelical comes from the Greek word evangelion, meaning the good news or the gospel. Thus, the evangelical faith focuses on the good news of salvation brought to sinners by Jesus Christ. And we all know that Jesus Christ they're talking about.
Do you know how many denominations you just described in that definition?
Yeah, all 850 of them.
Evangelical is a denomination. See, you're not understanding the political aspect of evangelical.
Because you got evangelical, you got Protestant, like I said, you got Methodist, you got all kinds of denominations.
I agree. Evangelical is something all on its own, is what I'm telling you. It's a denomination all on its own.
It's a combination, no, actually. It's a combination.
Yeah, like a combination.
It's a trans-denominational coalition. Evangelicals can be found in every Protestant denomination and tradition, particularly within the Reformed or Continental Reformed Presbyterian, Congregational, Plymouth Methodist, Baptist Methodist, Lutheran Mavelin, Free Church, Mennonites, Quakers.
Yeah, now see that evangelical comes from the word evangelist, and evangelist means somebody. An evangelist is somebody who just goes
spreading the good news,
preaches the gospel.
That's what I just said.
Listen, all denominations spread throughout from other denominations. That don't mean that particular denomination don't stand on its own. Let me tell you what the real definition of evangelicalism is.
What the real definition is, but go ahead.
I'm about to give it to you. I'm about to give it to you right now. Evangelicalism is a denomination of Christian American politics since at least the 19th century. However, the direction
where can we find that, MD? Because I'm not finding that on any of the searches I've done. and I already pulled up like 3, 4 websites.
Evangelicalhistorians.com. From the horse's mouth.
Yes. So you said the
See, all of that's
704
getting
would be
political.
included in that.
All of that's going extra. Like an evangelical is supposed to preach the gospel. You could go door to door and you could be an evangelist.
Is John Hagee evangelical? What? I can't even say it.
Jehovah's Witnesses or Mormons evangelists.
You talking in the fundamental terms. I'm not talking about the fundamental terms. I'm talking about the denomination as it describes itself. You getting into semantics. Okay. I'm not doing semantics. I'm doing what the denomination say it is.
Yeah. See, that's when it gets tricky, though.
Yeah.
It gets tricky because
where we going now that you established what an evangelist is. Technically, are we evangelists?
If you spreading the word of Jesus Christ, you are.
Yeah.
We just we're spreading the good word.
Or the good news.
If you spreading the good news, technically you are an evangelist. Yeah. That don't take away from what the denomination of evangelicalism.
So is a evangelist a Bible thumper?
It takes on a life of its own after when you add the ism on it.
Exactly. Thank you, Gideon. Thank you.
Use an ism. When you see that ism coming through, oh boy, here we go.
An evangelist.
Yeah, an evangelist is cool. Evangelism, okay. Now we're getting into.
Thank you. You making my point. Yeah. Well, that's another. Well, Zionism is another political aspect of a religious text. So you're right.
It's that ism. That ism is a killer, B.
You're exactly right. But we continue on, Black Son.
All right, tempo. So let me continue this video.
But we're not founded on a statement of faith. So he's absolutely wrong on that. Here's one you may have seen in the news. Mike Johnson famously represented Answers in Genesis, the creationists, Ken Ham, Ark Encounter, because one of the things that happened a few years ago when Ark Encounter first opened is that they really wanted tax breaks from the state. And they said, our religious ministry here that's opening a giant Noah's Ark replica, we're a tourist attraction. So we should be eligible for tax breaks as a tourist destination, because Kentucky has a whole thing in place where if you're bringing people to the state of Kentucky, they want to give you like a fraction of your ticket sales back to you.
Stop right there, Black Son. Stop right there.
So I can
give you content.
And that's a fine program.
Break it down.
Basically, what he's saying, Mike Johnson represented a company that opened up a Christian theme park. Right. Basically a Noah's Ark replication. That particular company that opened up that theme park wanted tax breaks from the state of Kentucky, which they built that theme park.
Okay.
The state of Kentucky said, hell no, this is a religious event.
Right.
We can't allow you to get tax subsidies based on a religious aspect of what's going on. Continue. I just wanted to give context.
Okay, what was the end result of that, sir?
He about to tell you.
Okay. Let's hear this. Okay, let's hear it.
The reason Kentucky did not want to give that incentive to Ark Encounter is, one, it's a religious ministry, and that's a game they don't want to play. And two, Ark Encounter and Answers in Genesis, which oversees it, they discriminate in hiring. They have a no Jews allowed policy when it comes to who they hire to work at Ark Encounter.
Right,
they have a no atheist policy and a no progressive Christian policy.
Right.
He's an atheist.
I came from an atheist household.
He's the friendly atheist.
I came from an atheist household, and I've been baptized because I was in the street. I grew up in the system. I got baptized like 5 different times in 5 different religions, but I know where I came from. I came from an atheist household, so there's nothing wrong with being an atheist. I'm just saying that I was just pointing that out. He said Jews. When motherfuckers say Jews or anything else, it's anti-Semitic, blah 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 blah, and they get striked and canceled. That was the only thing I was trying to point out Carry on, fellas. That's all I was just trying to say.
This man just said you can't get no job at the Ark Encounter theme park if you a Jew. He gonna say some more.
God damn.
He gonna say some more. Listen.
Okay, I'm taking notes.
Well, Mike Johnson worked with Ken Ham to try to change
back it up.
that.
Back it
Here's
up
an
like
article
10 seconds.
about that.
Okay.
In place where if you're bringing people to the state of Kentucky, they want to give you like a fraction of your ticket sales back to you as an incentive for bringing people to Kentucky. And that's a fine program. The reason Kentucky did not want to give that incentive to Ark Encounter is, one, it's a religious ministry, and that's a game they don't want to play. And two, Ark Encounter and Answers in Genesis, which oversees it, they discriminate in hiring. They have a no Jews allowed policy when it comes to who they hire to work at Ark Encounter. And they have a no atheist policy and a no progressive Christian policy. Well, Mike Johnson worked with Ken Ham.
Other than Jewish,
anyway, but go ahead.
No, it don't fact. If you get down on your luck and you need a job at the Noah's Ark theme park, you cannot be hired, sir, because you are an agent.
That's a private company, sir. That's a private company.
That's asking for government money.
Right.
That's
don't do the 3-card money, Black Son. Don't do the 3-card money.
I'm not.
They ask for government money.
Oh. So how do you get away with this though?
But it get.
Let me say this, man. Let me just say this. This got nothing to do with God. When you get into these isms and all of this, it's something completely different. Don't confuse this. This is
redneck Kentucky.
I'm like, here's my question. I got this profound look at my face. I'm like, it's Kentucky, cuz I'm like, they discriminated against black people, and I'm like, what is the other races? It's just all religious. I was like, this sounds like cap to me.
Hey, this been going on for centuries. You ever heard of Calvinism and then the wars they had in Ireland and all of that stuff about they have different doctrines and then they put an ism to it and then they just run off into the sunset with something completely different. People died, all type of crazy crap. Ain't got nothing to do with God after a while. Like, what are you?
I'm glad you said that, Gideon. I'm glad you said that, Gideon, because actually you giving me expert testimony in my prosecution against Black Son. This has nothing to do with God. That's me showing you that the ism within Christian nationalism is not necessarily about God. It's about an ideology that's opposing another ideology.
The ideology is white supremacy. They don't take.
So you a great expert with Gideon.
They don't take anybody that doesn't believe in Christianity.
They also don't take us.
Do they have Islamic phobia too? Did they ban Muslims or did they allow Muslims to work for them?
So ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this goes to show you that even though Black Son is an atheist, he can still be a Christian national.
That's
true.
But
continue on with the video.
How you be black and be a Christian nationalist?
How you gonna be an atheist and be a
Christian? You gotta ask Black Son that. I don't know. You gotta ask Black Son.
That's what I'm asking Black Son. I'm like, Black Son, your name is Black Son.
Y'all be patient.
How can you be a Christian nationalist and be Black Son?
First of all, I'm not a Christian nationalist, but
no, it's cool. He's atheist. Let him be atheist. Fucking atheist is like being fucking independent.
When I think of Christian anything, I don't think of atheist.
So when I'm looking at this, Mike Johnson is not
you should say that.
over here. It's the company.
That's
it's
conservative,
the themselves. Mike Johnson was just a friend trying to give the hookup, but these people are taking it beyond. I don't think.
No, you can't deal with that.
Chase said conservative. Conservatism and Christian nationalism is one and the same.
Yeah, he didn't say that. But I'm saying, you talk about the motherfucking new speaker, right? That motherfucker is caught on camera.
Yeah, he's mad.
In many realms talking about.
Black Son is back.
Like, what
y'all proving my point.
Black Son.
But
The insurrection, though.
You know, that
he did.
Look at his face.
Black Sunday, you incited the insurrection.
Yeah.
You thought it was insurrections. Hey, Lexa, I defend you on that. I was like, and? I defend you on that.
He wasn't there, so they doing him like Patalio.
I defend you on him when Andy called you insurrections. I'm like, no, so what? So what? But man, that Christian nationalism, you talk about the Speaker of the House.
Y'all not helping my case right now.
Yeah. Y'all, man, y'all digging the hole deep as hell. It ain't looking too good for him right now.
I didn't know.
You gotta say you got to get the news for the Christian nationalism, huh?
See, you got to break it down to its fundamentals, man. Get back with God, the original.
He said he give us the fundamental definition. What did he give us? The practical.
I gave y'all the definition of a theocracy. That's what I gave y'all.
No, I'm talking about MD. He said he didn't give us the fundamental definition.
Give us the Google version.
Okay.
It was applied to Google, right? Or what I say? Yeah.
He said he wasn't talking fundamental.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I was saying I wasn't talking the aspect of the exact term of evangelicalism. Evangelicalism is an ideology all on its own.
So is evangelicalism Christian nationalism?
Yes.
No. It's a portion of it.
It's Christian nationalism. Because they specify government in their own definition. It's Christian nationalism.
Yeah, that's some extreme shit up.
And that means you want to. So does that mean that you want to create your own Christian ethnic state?
It means that you believe that the foundation of the country and the maintenance of the country is based on certain morality that's in tune with evangelical thought.
And let me just say this. That's the devil 101. It starts off with this, and then it turns into something totally different. You know that happened in heaven? It's in the book of Ezekiel. It says that the devil was trafficking merchandise up in heaven, and this is how he tricked some of the angels to leave God. And they all got 1/3 of the angels got tricked by the devil. So this guy's an expert. He's an expert at making people start one way, and then you start bringing in situations and certain agendas and certain situational ethics, and then now all of a sudden it morphs into something else. What happens if this happens and that and that and that? What you gonna do now? And then you take the name God and you totally morph everything else, and it's not even about God anymore.
Nope.
This happened in heaven.
Yep.
It's about manifest destiny.
It's about just throwing a whole bunch of shit in the wall
white
and
man's
mixing it
burden.
together.
Yeah, worldliness. It's pure worldliness. That's why it says in the Bible that if you are now willing to get on that cross and die to who you think you are in the world and your pride in the world, you're not going to make it. That's what the cross represents. It represents you got to die to all of this stuff. I'm dead.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about how much money I got and my place in the world and status in the world. If you're worried about that and you're trying to get your best life now and all that garbage, you're going to hell.
Wherever that is. But yeah.
I mean, well, you're not making it into God's house. You know? Because they turn all of these different religions that started out good and they changed it and morphed it into something else, and now people are arguing about stuff that's not even the main point. They done forgot the main point. The main point not even worried about no more.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, babe.
Yeah, they changed God to God, gold, oil, and drugs.
There you go. That's what they did. Yo. You ever see that movie Kingdom of Heaven? I was watching that the other day.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it turned into something else. Yeah. And they was just like, what is this about? At the end, when the Muslims beat the Christians, it's like, what's Jerusalem worth? He's like, nothing. Then he was like, everything. Mm-hmm. And he was fighting Salahuddin and all that stuff. And what are we fighting for now?
Right.
It got personal. It was like, it's not even about, God wills it. He goes, well, we're gonna kill these people. God wills it. Really? Hey, when you read the Bible, I don't know where you got that from. Oh,
They got it from the Quran. The Quran misses Jesus.
Yes.
Thing. Like, it's not, I don't say it's, I just, oh my God. Let's carry on, fellas. I'm about to get confused. Because he's right. You're right about that. They're right about that. Carry on. What's it? What? Are you gonna continue to play the video, Black Sun?
He went off camera.
Dun-dun.
He might be having internet connection issues like I was.
Are you want to take a bathroom break? The middle of the show.
I know MD got something to say.
See? Bathroom break. Ran to the kitchen for snacks.
Oh, yeah, you have to get some snacks.
Yeah, right to the kitchen for snacks.
Oh, sorry about that.
Not only is you a white Christian nationalist, but then you abandoned us for snacks at a bathroom break. Tell everybody about it. Just got up and just traded real quick and left it on the Black Sun screen.
Hey, look, check this out. In Christian circles, I'll be online arguing with people. They be talking about, are you once saved, always saved? Or are you this? Or are you a free gracer? Or are you a Calvinist? Or all of this pre-trib, post-trib, all of these different things.
Wow.
It's so crazy. Are you oneness Pentecostal? Or do you believe in are you the Trinity? And they'll take one verse in the Bible and they'll just run off into the sunset like a baton or like a handoff.
They do, right? It's the Olympics. Yeah.
It's like getting a handoff from the quarterback and you just run out of bounds out the stadium.
And then they want to test your gangster with what you know.
Yeah. Oh, you don't know what I know. Who quote your favorite historian and your theologian and I got this from this theologian and that theologian. I'm like,
hooligans or you what do you say, Hotep? What do you say? They call you the other day?
Hotep hooligan.
Yeah, who crazy? Hey, I've been to jail a couple times, a few, and it was especially during Ramadan. So it's always during Ramadan, it seems like, or right before Ramadan, right? And I'll be in there, studying. I'll be in there studying my Quran. I read 8 different versions of the motherfucking Quran. Every time I went to jail, 8 separate, different Qurans, right? of just the Quran, 8 different versions. So I think I look at it like this: when they try to test your gangster, I'm like, well, which Bible are you reading?
Right.
Which one are you reading? Does it Old Testament, New Testament? Well, which one? If there's like a freaking million different
international
of the
King
New
James
Testament and the Old Testament.
Well, nah, see, like the Old Testament and New Testament, that's the same. Like that's cool. But when you get into like King James, and then you get into like NIV, then you get into like English Standard Version, then you get into NASB.
I guess you gotta love your Lord.
I think I read all of those.
And now don't get me wrong, some of them are cool. Some of them are good.
I read all 66 books in like 4 different versions, and I read the Dead Sea Scrolls.
I'm good
and
I guess
the Book of Enoch.
I don't love it. I read the Book of Enoch. I read what I read. After a while, it's just like I don't want to be confused, and I don't want to be one of those people.
And the Egyptian Book of the Dead.
I don't want to be. Oh, you got that over the house. I don't want to be one of those people. I don't want to be one of those people that do that, because that shit is quite annoying. If you really think about it, because it takes away from the meat and potatoes of the conversation that you was having. After a while, you forget what the fuck we were talking about. Like,
yeah, that's the power. That's the power of the devil. That's the power. That's what he does.
Chaos and confusion, right?
Yeah. So now you'll be talking about something else, and be like that. What did we start this with?
Got you drifting, yeah.
You done drifted all the way. You run in the wrong direction, and you think you go in the right direction. And then it starts to get personal. So now it's personal. Now you're taking personal shots And now you start looking at their character and you start examining their personal lives and everything. Like, no.
Do some shaming and shit. Threw some shaming in there. Some outward hot boy accusations. It just get a wild ass conversation going, and then next thing you know, the conversation ended, and you just feeling angrier than you started with. I don't want one of them people. That's what I feel like. That's how it leads up to.
All right, I'm back. My bad. I had to go in my mama's house real quick. All right, I'm back on the road now. All right. So, yeah, we good to go.
Okay. All right, we play the rest, man. Shit.
To try to change that. Here's an article about that. And this is the part you want to see. Answers in Genesis. Let me get the date on this. This is from 2015, updated a couple years later. Answers in Genesis is being represented by attorneys from Freedom Guard and the Center for Religious Expression. Appearing with him in the video, Freedom Guard attorney Mike Johnson, now the Speaker of the House, described his nonprofit organization as a public interest law firm dedicated to the defense of religious liberty in America. Johnson said the Ark Encounter project was blocked from Kentucky's incentive program despite meeting the necessary criteria. The necessary criteria being they're a tourist attraction, basically. And the sad thing is, even though this went back and forth in the courts for a little while, ultimately Ark Encounter won. Ark Encounter was able to get tax breaks, and you could see from the end of this, not this article. Let me jump to a different one here.
But you said they won the case?
They won the case.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. There we go. This is from Guardian, but it's the same coverage here. The case was won, and the Ark Encounter, featuring a vast ark-like structure meant to depict that in the biblical flood narrative, as described in the book of Genesis, it went ahead. This is the important part. By 2017, it had received $18 million in tax incentives, according to the Huffington Post. And they've gotten that money for several years after that as well. And so, just to give you an idea, like Mike Johnson helped Ark Encounter win back millions and millions of dollars, even though they discriminate against Jews and atheists and Hindus and Muslims and all of that. And Mike Johnson's the reason Ark Encounter is so filthy rich. Here's another thing to show you. I'm just running through a list.
Okay, you got to break down why it's unconstitutional, sir.
Because they discriminate. What do you mean? Well, I should have to break. What does it say? What does it say in the Constitution? What does it say in Section 2? You can't discriminate.
They do my Constitution. But that wasn't the civil case. I brought two versions of the Constitution. The United States Constitution,
can't do it.
The United States American Liberties Union, and the American Constitutional Society. So let's do it. Which one is it?
They receive. You can't use the argument of private because they got government funding.
Wait. We're gonna look it up right now. Which one do you want to look at? Which Constitution you want to look at?
I want to look at the section in the clause where it says you can't discriminate based off race, sex, blah blah blah.
You're talking about the 14th Amendment, the second.
That wasn't the lawsuit.
Yeah, I believe that's the second section. Huh?
That wasn't the lawsuit.
What is Black Son eating over there? They're like he eating hard.
What do you mean that wasn't the lawsuit? The lawsuit was claiming that they deserve government funding based on them being a tourist attraction. Yet they're discriminating against employees based off of religious affiliation.
But that wasn't brought in the lawsuit, sir.
Is that E?
What?
What's it called? E?
That wasn't brought in the court.
That should have disqualified. What do you mean that wasn't the lawsuit? That should have disqualified them off the top, based off of that.
What amendment? What amendment you say?
He said Section 2.
Whatever section it is, talk about the discrimination clause.
Let me look at what.
That's Section 1 of the 14th Amendment.
Yeah, I'll be look just.
I mean, that's clear violation. Clear as day.
Yeah, of course. Not only
you got 2020, Black Son. What are you talking about? Break it down.
What was the court case?
We agree. It's clear.
What was the court case, sir? You're doing the 3 guard money right now.
How? What the? How am I doing the three cars about it?
Because the lawsuit wasn't
based off.
We're talking about a company that is putting themselves in public status based on the fact that they was asking for government funding.
Right.
What does that mean? If you're going up under the auspices of government, you must follow what the government says, i.e. the Constitution.
Yep.
They weren't doing that.
So were they running it as a charity or a nonprofit or?
No. They was running it as a tourist attraction.
Okay.
So they won the case. They won the case by basically stating they claim that it's not a religious affiliated thing. It's a tourist attraction. So they won the case off of that, which is dumb all in itself. Because it's a big ass. Huh?
So you're saying this company was practicing deception, is what you're saying?
No, they weren't practicing deception. They were practicing something that they weren't. They were trying to get money, like $17 million they received.
They're trying to defraud the government.
That's by deception, right?
Yeah.
So you.
Well, if that's how you want to put it, I don't see how you can deceive somebody when you got a big ass boat full of animals talking about God. I don't really see how you could deceive somebody over that.
Facts. Look at TD Jakes. Yeah, facts. That's true.
No, TD Jakes needed a jet because he said he needed to spread the gospel.
That's what I said. He's spreading the gospel like he's spreading herpes and shit. Oh shit! Oh God, man! Stop it, Jesse.
So are you saying that there are no businesses that have certain criteria to fit their companies that hasn't government service?
No, not if you receive a government funding. No, because what do we have? We have the EOE. What's the EOE, Black Son?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The EOE, equal opportunity, equal opportunity employer.
Right.
You killing yourself, Black. You killing yourself.
He's already
once you get that check for the federal government, you fall under EOE.
Right. Okay. Right.
Well, the state government, rather. You fall under EOE.
Right.
It's simple.
Kentucky, so the state of Kentucky, which is where Mitch McConnell is from, allowed this.
There you go. The turtle himself. Need I say more?
The glitch and turtle allowed this.
Need I say more?
The freeze it up turtle.
That motherfucker's stupid.
Did his chip malfunction?
So do I need to present more evidence, Black Son, or what we doing?
Oh, this is supposed to prove that Black Son is a Christian nationalist?
Yes. The reason why is because he endorsed MAGA Mike Johnson. Yes.
Oh, so you're saying he's guilty by affiliation?
By affiliation.
Why did I just want to know how they came about picking him even to vote for him?
Hold on.
Mike passed to Israel and Ukraine and Taiwan. That's how.
But how did his name come up in the motherfucking in the private meetings? That's what I want to know.
Because he was the most magus right wing.
Right. How they were trying to down Jim Jordan, we had Mike Johnson in the tub. We were like, hey, there's Jim Jordan over here, and
they couldn't get Romney because Romney's stepping down, so they went and got him instead.
Romney's
Mitt Romney is a moderate.
Yeah, he's Mitt
Romney ain't hardcore extreme right wing.
Oh, okay.
So
neither is Trump.
Trump ain't even a Republican.
Explain why he is.
Trump is not a Republican.
That's what I'm trying to tell him, D.
Okay, I concede to that. Trump is an actor portraying a Republican in the hearts and the minds of the hard right Christian nationalists, because that's his base.
They need their own party. They're beyond Republicans.
Is he going under the Republicans?
No, I think Trump did. Trey, I think Trump did it as a strategy. I think he wouldn't have, he didn't want to do it independent. He didn't want to do it because he knew the chances. He knew if he.
Why didn't he do the libertarian? Well, he don't smoke weed,
Nah,
right?
because
Aren't libertarians Republicans that smoke
hookers,
weed?
you might as well. You took hookers. You took hookers.
Stormy Daniels, he have to pay her half a million.
Fucking porn stars. That's liberating. Hey, if that's not liberating, I don't know what is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really know. I mean, that's not, just because you didn't smoke weed didn't mean you didn't fuck hookers.
MD, you think he would have become the president if he ran as a libertarian?
No, because I don't think the American public is smart enough to understand what libertarianism is.
And that's
well,
why
please enlighten us, because I thought it was just Republicans that smoke weed.
I mean that's an example of freedom at the end of the day.
So they're independent thinking Republicans?
If you want to call them that. If you want to call them Republican based on the fact that they about less government, yeah.
The fiscal conservatives.
Yeah, they're definitely
fiscal. They fiscal conservative.
I like that fiscal conservative budgeting. You know what I mean? That's not really what they need. What we need is that.
If the libertarians was in charge, we wouldn't have to worry about subsidies and regulations and all that bullshit.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Let me give a couple more. Let me present a couple more pieces of evidence. Like, son, you keep rolling.
Tempo.
List of tabs here. All right. This is another one. This is from Warren Throckmorton, who's been covering a guy named David Barton, who is a famous pseudo-historian, doesn't have a real degree. But basically, David Barton's whole shtick is he goes around.
It's not
you ain't sharing the thing.
Oh, my bad. Oh, shit. Damn.
There it is.
Around the country to every gullible conservative Christian he can find. And he says, I'm an expert in the founding fathers, and the founding fathers loved Jesus, and they wanted this country to be built on Jesus's name, and all of it's a lie, and actual historians know it's a lie, but very gullible Christians believe every word of it. And by gullible Christians, that includes politicians like Mike Johnson. And check this out. This is from Warren Throckmorton again. Representative Johnson has been a longtime fan of David Barton. In 2021, Johnson praised David Barton in a talk to a group of state legislators. I just want to say at the outset, I'm grateful to Wall Builders, which is Barton's organization, and David and Rick and everybody involved. And I was introduced to David Barton and his ministry a quarter century ago, and it has had such a profound influence on me and my work and my life and everything I do. So I'm just so grateful you guys continue to sow into this work and help equip the soldiers on the front lines. And so thanks to all of you for being willing to serve in this critical time for the country. I mean, just think about what that means for a second. That means Mike Johnson probably believes, like true, sincere believer, that our country was founded as a Christian nation, that all those founding fathers wanted to create like a safe space for Jesus. Like that's what he thinks because what David Barton lies about, that's what he believes. By the way, David Barton is such a liar that like a decade ago when he wrote a book about Thomas Jefferson called The Jefferson Lies, I believe, his Christian book publishers were like, dude, you're lying so much in this book. We need to take it off the bookshelves and stop distributing it. And you would think that sort of thing, when even Christian publishers are like, too many lies in this book. The same people who published the Bible are like, David Barton, you are lying too much. When that book is taken off the shelves, you would think Christians would be like, okay, David Barton is not trustworthy. But no, he's been pulling this stunts, all of this ever since. And Mike Johnson loves David Barton. Okay, I'm going to keep going here. Here's another thing Johnson did. When Democrats took over the House a couple of years ago, like 2018-ish, one of the things that happened is that when Democrats were in charge of subcommittee hearings, which happen all the time in Congress, if someone who was a witness had to take an oath and they didn't say, so help me God at the end of their oath, the Democrats in charge are like, yeah, we don't care. That's fine, dog. Like, just say the main part of the oath don't care about the religious thing. Let's move on to the work at hand. Mike Johnson, who was in Congress at the time then, was so mad about that, he actually filed legislation later on. Check this out. He filed legislation amending the rules of the House of Representatives to require a specific oath be administered to any witnesses appearing before a committee. And you could see from the text here, this is the part that matters. This is the oath. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. This is a thing he's wasting his time on. Like,
do I need to keep going back on?
If they wanted to, but no, he wanted to make sure people who didn't feel comfortable saying that would be forced to say it because, you know, his God
do I need to keep going, Black Son?
Praise or something like that. So that's disturbing. Here's another thing he did. He promoted a conservative Christian sponsored.
Can I comment on that, MD?
Of course.
Because he doesn't want any type of augmentation. So you should want somebody like Mike Johnson because he goes by the letter of the law, meaning he doesn't want any slight, because if you start augmenting here, then you're going to want to augment there, and you want to augment here. So he's letting people know.
Letter of the law. Isn't he?
Man, you just did a Michael Jackson spin, a James Brown mashed potato with a split. With a split, Black Son.
MD did not.
What letter of the law involves God? What letter of law involves? Tell me.
No, I'm talking about that one. Was that not the original writing?
What?
Was that not the original writing? The original, he wanted the original, the oath in there.
How are you bound? How are you bound to an oath? How are you bound to an oath as it's perceived there? It don't matter what you say. You can say, "So help me, Juju from the planet Glurp." It don't matter what the hell you say. The fact of the matter is, the oath in and of itself is the binding factor. It can be augmented, however, it's still binding, Black Son. You know that. It's still binding.
You hold the same tolerance for stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance.
It's not the wording, it's the oath itself, Black Son. Stop playing games.
No, sir. You don't
stop playing games.
I'm not playing games. I'm not playing. Okay, let's
stop playing.
What about the Pledge of
Allegiance? If you got to go up to a congressional committee meeting and give testimony, are you saying it?
No.
What are we talking about then?
We said no. Why not?
Oh,
what are we talking about? Black Son, just stop the cap. Cap, just please. Well, I mean, real talk. We can stop the video here. I want to go to the next video.
Okay.
To show where I want to go to the next exhibit of evidence to show where you factor in specifically.
Okay.
That's what I want to do.
Bet. Let's do it. Let's do this.
So was Black Son the chief architect for the insurrection?
You finna see?
Damn.
You finna get that answer. You finna get that answer right now. You finna get that answer.
The architect of
to make money on Amazon
is not.
The fact that we even have a Senate chaplain and a House chaplain as well is kind of a weird thing. It's a bit of a contradiction in a country in which separation of church and state is a constitutional hallmark. Even James Madison came to believe it wasn't entirely kosher, but a chaplain opened every day of congressional business, starting with the Continental Congress in 1774, and the tradition has continued. The way this contradiction has been resolved over the years is that whatever his or her specific denomination personally and they've all been Christian, the chaplain prays and leads in a non-sectarian ecumenical way. Also, there are regular guest chaplains, imams, rabbis, Hindu clerics, even the Dalai Lama. Rather than imposing a particular religion on the Congress, the House and Senate chaplaincies are used to reflect America's multi-faith democracy. A couple of miles away from the Capitol on January the 6th, Donald Trump's Save America rally also started with a prayer, but that prayer was a little different.
Hi, Mark Barden at Sandy Hook Promise here.
Oh, shit.
When the gunman shot his way into...
Let every adversary against democracy, against freedom, against life, against liberty, against justice, against peace, against righteousness be overturned right now in the name of Jesus. Let justice be done. Let justice be done. Let justice be done. Let we, the people, have the assurance of a fair and a just election. I thank you for President Trump. I put a hedge of protection around him. I secure his purpose. I secure his destiny. I secure his life, God. And I thank you that he will walk in a holy boldness and a wisdom, God, and that you will go before him. You will be his rear guard, and you will go in front of him this day and every day, God.
That was Paula White, Donald Trump's spiritual advisor, White House advisor, delivering a very Trumpian opening prayer on January the 6th.
Paula White is a heretic,
Guided
man.
by your wisdom, O Lord, more protect Donald Trump and smite his enemies. There was a lot of this brand of Christian ideology on display that day. Before marching to the Capitol, members of the far-right, violent Proud Boys knelt in the street and prayed in the name of Jesus to restore their, quote, value systems and to give them divine protection in what they were about to do. In the crowd attacking the Capitol were crosses and signs saying things like Jesus 2020 and Armor of God. Some told reporters they were there to join a fight of good versus evil. And when insurrectionists broke into the Senate chamber, in addition to rifling through senators' papers and scrawling messages to Vice President Pence...
Now that's constitutional.
Jesus Christ, we invoke your name. Amen. Amen.
That's constitutional.
To these police officers to allow us in this building, to allow us to exercise our rights, to allow us to send a message.
Yeah, very ass white man. Certainly not there. Oh my God, that's a lot.
The American way, the United States of America to go down. Thank you for allowing the United States of America to be reborn. Thank you for allowing us to get rid of the communists, the globalists, and the traitors within our government. We love you and we thank you. In Christ's holy name we pray. Amen.
I will never
the problem isn't that the
now let me pause that.
Demagogic movement.
Pause. What's going on?
Now, like, you know, first off, that's constitutional.
Okay.
What's constitutional, Apex? So you telling me great.
The right
them storming the Capitol is constitutional.
Yep.
They said when the government becomes tyrannical, the people have a duty
to take them out.
That's constitutional.
Right.
What do you consider? See, y'all proving my point again. What was going on that was tyrannical at that particular time?
That whole
COVID.
Yeah, COVID, all that stuff. Yeah.
COVID wasn't something that was. COVID wasn't for the Democrats. That wasn't something that was instituted by Democrats.
Yes, it was.
What are we talking about? What?
I mean, I'm not saying we instituted it, but they enforced it. Whoever did
remember
it.
The mandates, remember the lockdowns.
Everybody stopped playing games. What was the reason they stormed the Capitol?
I mean, whatever the reason is, if they felt like they had a right to do it.
They went to sleep like all of us, thinking Trump was winning. And when we woke up the next morning, they said that Biden had won. Right. All these alien ballots had came
in. So did Biden steal the election? Let's stop playing them. Let's stop playing. Did Biden steal the election?
Yes, sir.
No, Dominion stole the election.
Who?
Dominion. the voter software.
Oh
that
my God!
all these,
I know they're not coming from China.
ballots, that all these mysterious ballots came up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. What's your proof with that, Che? What's your proof with that?
MD,
Shit, that's known fact.
What's my proof with that? MD, you don't recall the night of the election when the results were coming in.
So
and then when
we got a new indictment. We got a new indictment put up on the scene. Che has just been charged with being an insurrection. Che has just been charged.
Wait, why do you think Tucker Carlson got fired?
I'm just reporting what
do you think
happened.
Tucker Carlson got
We
fired
went
for?
to sleep. We woke up, and Biden was declared the winner.
I'm not going for that.
On that Dominion shit.
So Biden was declared the winner before we went to sleep, or after.
The person that said the same thing that you just said about Dominion just pled guilty.
I know, and you know where Dominion's headquartered at?
I don't care what his headquarters at. The Dominion machines that she was messing with
should care.
is in Georgia. That's nothing sexual to me.
No, it should, because it's the same state where they're trying to keep Trump off the ballot right now.
Again, that's a non sequitur.
Talking about he violated the 14th Amendment.
Because that's where all our votes go through. All our votes.
All I got to say to you is, Che, is put your hand behind your back. I'm charging you with being an insurrection.
I know real shit though.
I'm charging you.
I'm not incriminating myself or nothing like that.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say will be held against you in the court.
Find the video from
Hold
from November 4th, 2020.
Listen. We can run a beautiful beat footage if you want to, but it's very serious.
Of the
because
election
all
results.
Our votes went through that system. That Dominion shit, all of that went through there. Everything we did went through there. So everything.
Dominion's headquarters ain't got nothing to do with the state of Georgia and its Dominion. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
The election county.
Nothing to do with nothing.
Okay, so
it's a mute point.
So when you went to sleep in Georgia on November 4th, and who was on top when he went to sleep? Who had the most electoral votes when he went to sleep?
The votes had stock in Fulton and DeKalb. What are we talking about? They continued to vote when we was all asleep.
Oh, yeah, you're right about that. They froze them for like a month, right?
They ain't freezing for no month. They froze, like, remember?
Yes, it was, MD. It was
like
a month.
God. All right, we'll look it up while we're
at least 2 weeks.
Where is the X-File music?
While we roll this beautiful video right here on the screen. How about that? That way we'll look it up. Let's all look it up. Well, the video.
Good God Almighty!
I got a video ready to go.
Oh, okay, play it.
Okay, hold on. Let me share screen. Boom. Let me share screen right now. Since MD want to play the game.
Got him on.
Black Sound finna go X-File.
Button if you are new.
Plans for a new Democratic mayoral primary are now in the works in Bridgeport. Today, a judge overturned the original election amid concerns about the handling of absentee ballots. But the candidate pushed the case as a second primary isn't needed. NBC Connecticut's Matt Austin joins us live now in Bridgeport with reaction. Matt.
Yeah, so Keisha, tonight we are still waiting to hear from the city of Bridgeport as well as Joe Ganem's campaign, but his opponent, John Gomes, taking a moment to celebrate tonight as he remains focused on trying to win Tuesday's general election. Supporters of John Gomes celebrating his successful lawsuit as a judge orders a new Democratic primary in the race for Bridgeport mayor.
We will not stand quiet. They violated our civil rights. And we stood and we said we will not accept that. And we spoke clear and we spoke united. And today we are victorious.
Superior Court Judge William Clark calling surveillance video shocking. He found there was proof partisans had placed absentee ballots in drop boxes and determined with so many mishandled ballots, it calls the results of the primary election in serious doubt.
If it wasn't right the first time, got to do it again.
Kind of want to vote to make this a better place, and now we have to wait again.
Gomes lost to Mayor Joe Ganim. The judge has given everyone involved 10 days to come up with a plan for a new primary.
It's highly unusual. And really, going to the courts tends to be the absolute last tool that could be used in Canada's toolbox.
Gomes is hopeful another primary is...
Objection? Did you just hear
Objection, relevancy.
Let it play out.
Relevancy. I need to know how is this relevant? How is this relevant to what's going on? Right, I don't get it.
I mean, this is
dancing right now, y'all. Dancing right now.
I was just sitting here quiet listening.
How am I good? What does this have to do with Trump? What does this have to do with Christian nationalism?
Because no. I just wanted to prove a point. It ain't got nothing to do with Christian nationalism. Just saying that
it ain't got nothing with Trump either.
This shows that Democrats have been cheating.
Yes,
That part.
That's what he's showing. Okay.
Man, Black Son, you got to do better research, my brother.
This is, wait a minute. What do you
mean? You got to do better research.
He's aiming to win
what
the
do you mean? A judge overturned election results after Democrats caught stuff in ballot boxes. What do you mean?
How does that prove your point with Trump? It don't.
No. I was proving Che's point. Che in China, when they said they stole the election. This is nothing new.
But this is a different election.
But I'm showing a pattern here, sir.
This is a local election. No, there ain't no goddamn pattern.
No,
this is showing a local election in Connecticut. Who gives a damn? Not me, because it don't affect me.
So this in the Trump-Biden election.
Yeah, they used the same tactics. They were stuffing ballots. So
can you show that? Can you show that?
You can't show that. You can't prove that.
Unless they screw up the internet of it, MD.
And this sad coming from you, Che. Because a black woman was threatened. Two black women were threatened based off of the lie that you just said.
A lie?
Two black women were threatened.
So you told me my eyes. You told me my eyes didn't see what they seen.
That's what I'm telling you.
So my lying eyes, just like with George Floyd, our eyes didn't see him getting choked out for 7 minutes.
Your lying eyes didn't see no battles getting stuffed in Georgia.
That's what I'm saying. In Georgia, Black Son. I'm talking
you ain't gonna see that video. Not in the general election. You're not gonna see it.
When the election happened, MD, we went to sleep. Trump was on top. We woke up the next morning, and Biden was declared the winner. And they said that all these absentee ballots, all these mail-in ballots had came in overnight. You don't recall that?
I do.
Yeah, because it's a thing called absentee ballots. My mom and my aunt was two of them.
Okay, we're here.
I'm not understanding your argument.
Well, the argument is that the judge is going to be precedent. They're going to start checking because the judge, they got cameras.
It's a done deal, Black Son. Stop capping. It's a done deal. It was no election interference. It wasn't. It was no stop the steal.
I'm putting it right here. The judge they just caught him.
More of your Christian nationalistic rhetoric is what this is.
No, it's just more cheating from the Democrats.
Yeah.
Oh man! Oh my God, bro!
Facts.
I mean, we witnessed it here, right here in Colorado, MD, in the mayor's race and the city council race. Like,
I'm not saying that it don't exist. I'm telling you, it didn't exist in that particular race.
You're saying it exists, but not
and you didn't see it. That's what I'm saying.
So it exists, but I didn't see it in the presidential. Everybody else that was watching the TV when the results were coming in didn't see it either. The millions of people that seen the results.
Nope.
Black Son, find the video. I know there's a video of the results.
So like I say, it's too late for you. You in the holding cell right now, bro. You get booked in.
Don't worry about
you get booked in as we speak, Che.
I'm like, shit. Calm down. I'm looking over here. Calm down.
I got you, Che.
You getting booked in. Later, Che getting the bond money ready for you.
Shit, yeah. I'm looking for the way out right now. Just calm down.
No, you dancing right now.
How am I dancing? Dancing from what? I'm telling you. You didn't see no video.
I got the video. I got the video. You did.
You ain't got no video, man.
I got the video.
You ain't got no video.
I got the video.
You ain't got no video, bro. So
Jay,
stop playing.
Which one you want, Jay? The one in Georgia, or do you want the more recent one?
You want to talk about the election? Let's talk about
I want the one from 2020.
The presidential fucking election with Trump and Biden, because that's where this contingency is coming from.
I want the one from November 4th, 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, that coverage was crazy. But that insurrection.
Yeah. Rudy Giuliani played the whole video. He played the whole video, and he lied. and now he's facing prosecution. I mean, it is what it is.
Well, that sounds like karma to me. Didn't Giuliani come up with the stop and frisk?
There you go. There you go. So Black Son not going to be able to produce no evidence showing that ballots was stuff in the 2020 election.
Yeah,
he just ain't.
I got you. Yes, I got it.
He just ain't.
I got it. Whoa! I told you I'm gonna get it.
If he showed a State Farm video, he dead in the water already.
Oh no, I got it.
He dead in the water.
For their heads.
You don't have the premium.
For their backs.
Words election fraud have been thrown around way too many times in the past few years without any serious evidence to back up those claims. But tonight, an election for mayor has just been thrown out by a judge who concluded that fraud did.
And I know he just didn't move the goalpost again.
Vote and ordered a new election. And it was based on absentee ballots. Happened in Bridgeport, Connecticut, where a state Superior Court judge has just ordered a new election between incumbent mayor Joe Gannon
and his mayoral
primary opponent.
See.
Gomez successfully argued that he was the victim of absentee ballot fraud.
I want him to
Stunning
justify
video
this.
put out by the Gomez campaign appeared to show a Bridgeport city employee,
Hold on.
local Democratic Party official,
No,
walking
they
up
took
to
that
a
video
drop
down,
box
but we still
in the
got
early
this,
hours of the
though.
morning of September 5th and making multiple deposits of absentee ballots. You can see a woman who the Gomez campaign identifies as Bridgeport City Hall employee Wanda Jeter Patiki walking up to the drop box and placing multiple ballots inside.
What?
And a few seconds later, she comes back, does it again.
What's that?
The Gomez campaign posted this on social media.
I don't know what that is. I don't even know what the hell you talking about.
Showing irregularities.
Why? He dancing right
the
now.
vote.
How am I dancing about some shit in Connecticut? We talking about Trump 2020.
We're talking about voter fraud. Same.
Oh my God, man! Just admit that you're dead. I'm dancing off something in Connecticut. I ain't saying nothing about
making 24 drops of apparently multiple ballots into absentee ballot boxes.
Prove the fraud in the 2020 election, Black Son. Stop playing.
It's the same method. So
damn, bro.
What is she doing? What's she doing there, MD? What is she doing?
I don't give a damn what she's doing because it's not my argument.
Campaign posted this
but what is she doing? That's a
3-minute compilation showing irregularities.
I don't care. I don't care who she is.
Let me read it. It says multiple illegal absentee ballots being deposited in the ballot box.
Just admit that your research game is weak and you couldn't come up with the evidence needed to give yourself freedom. You couldn't do it.
Y'all read that on there. What does that say in the yellow right there?
You couldn't do it.
What's that say in the yellow?
Illegal absentee ballots being
You failed to exonerate yourself, sir. You failed.
You dancing. So
you failed to exonerate yourself. You didn't bring the evidence to show it. That's what it is.
Video down.
Jay, is cheating different in Connecticut and Georgia? Is it different?
No, cheating is cheating.
Okay,
Is cheating different? Is cheating different when you talk about two separate goddamn campaigns?
No, we got you.
Cheating is cheating.
We got you. We got you. Hey, Jay.
To see this one.
Well, I'm asking China then. China.
Yeah.
China.
Go to CBN News.
Okay.
CBN, hey, you dead. What CBN, Gideon? What CBN, Gideon? What CBN? What that stand for? What Apex at? Is Apex still there?
Yeah, I'm here. It's Christian Broadcast Network.
I closed the case, Your Honor.
Put that in there, Jesse, so we can watch that.
I bet CBN News, y'all. I bet CBN News.
2020 election evidence of voter fraud. Set it straight. That's the name of the video.
Okay, say let me 2020.
The prosecution rests his case.
Election. He dancing. Fraud.
How was I'm still dancing off of something that ain't got nothing to do with what's going on. I'm dancing. Okay, I got you.
Wait, say it again, Shay. It was 2020 election fraud. What again?
No. Notice he cut the video that was putting them up 6 feet deep. He cut that.
Network.
Yeah.
Hold on.
On YouTube.
Yeah, he totally cut that off. That's cool.
Y'all got the link. I can't find it, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, what's that?
They finished in that video.
Jesse, like put that up in there.
Allow me to quote Boondocks. The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
Right, so I finished in that video and stop playing.
Nah, let me tell you. I mean, it may not have no.
No, we gotta get this out.
Hold on, man. Let's just watch this. Let's just watch this. He get roasted anyway.
You gotta present the evidence. Come on.
To the evidence. Yeah.
The defense.
Oh, real
needs to
researching it.
All right. We done beat up on MDNO. Let's get back to this other video, man. We done beat them up.
Y'all done beat me up. Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
It's
okay, I got it. Hold on.
You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Put that in there. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this.
What up, Sessions? Man? What up? Sessions in the house, 420. I want to beat up on MD some more, man. I think he didn't had enough, man. He didn't.
You cut my evidence off, so I ain't been able to present it fully. But hell, you presented it for me.
Okay, let's
Here it is. I just put it in. There you go.
No evidence of vote fraud in this election? There's plenty at this point. An election training video in Detroit, #DetroitLeaks, shows that ballot counters were instructed to enter challenge ballots into vote tabulating machines in Wayne County. Normally, challenge ballots would be set aside and not counted. And White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany told Sean Hannity this week that the Trump campaign has 234 pages of sworn affidavits from witnesses alleging vote fraud.
They are alleging this is one county, Wayne County, Michigan. They are saying that there was a batch of ballots where 60% had the same signature. They are saying that 35 ballots had no voter record, but they were counted anyway. That 50 ballots were run multiple times in the tabulation machine. That one woman said her son was deceased, but nevertheless somehow voted.
In Nevada, at least 10,000 non-residents were allowed to send in ballots for counting there. And what about Pennsylvania and other states? Well, here to share some evidence is Neil McCabe. He's communications director at Project Veritas. Neil, thanks for your time. So I know your organization and James O'Keefe are known for your many undercover videos. We've shown portions of them over the years. Now, you've received more than 12,000 tips about fraud this time, some from whistleblowers afraid to come forward. So tell us what you've discovered overall.
Well, Gary, we've received, as you said, thousands and thousands of phone calls and emails, and we're sifting through all of them. We have a special team of people dedicated to make sure that we sort of separate the wheat from the chaff. But we do have very important whistleblowers who have come forward. 2 postal workers in Traverse City, Michigan, confirmed to us that late ballots were being collected, sorted separately, so that they can
Man,
be
this is
postmarked
ridiculous.
November 3rd. The late ballots that came in after Election Day, Richard Hopkins, who is a mail
CBN.
carrier in Pennsylvania, he said that he overheard.
He said, I'm done.
Reviewing a supervisor, when the late ballots that came in was postmarked November 4th instead of the 3rd. Now, Hopkins said he heard this on the morning of November 5th. Now, Hopkins originally spoke to us.
What happened on the morning of November 5th?
Third face.
Wow.
Eventually, he decided he wanted to come on the.
What happened on the morning of November 5th?
Man got his hands.
Man, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself, man.
I don't see how we can be ashamed if you said there was no such thing, no video left. No video existed. I
still don't see no proof. I still don't see no proof.
They're just pulling sources from
So
out
there
of God's
was
ass.
no proof in Michigan.
Every source, like
there was no proof.
No.
I see no proof. I see a bunch of people on CBN, Christian nationalistic babbling. That's what I see. Christian babbling. That's what I see.
I mean, that's a white face they trust. Right there.
It has the white seal of approval, MD.
They neocon babbling is what they doing.
Hey, you saying Christians are liars? No, man, Christians tell the truth.
So Christians, all Christians are liars, huh? That old weirdo face right there. That's a white face. Somebody can press.
The blood of Jesus.
Play the rest of the video.
They'll listen to him before us.
Okay.
Play the rest of the video.
Okay.
The record with his own name, and so he did that. He also swore out an affidavit, which was submitted to the Senate Judiciary Committee and acknowledged by South Carolina Republican Senator Lindsey Graham as being a keystone document in his investigation into election fraud. Since then, Hopkins has received tremendous pressure to change his account, and he endured more than 3 hours of an interrogation from an agent from the Post Office Inspector General Office who was flown in from New York City, Gary, to basically work him over and to, quote, update, unquote, his statement.
Okay.
This Inspector General, go ahead.
Okay, Neil, I want to show a clip of that right now because we have a clip that you guys provided. So here it is.
Let's see the clip.
And it's out of a lot of people's control. And so the reason they called me in is to try to harness that storm, try to reel it back in before it gets really crazy. We like to control our mind. And when we do that, we can convince ourselves of a memory. I'm not scaring you, but I am scaring you.
Neil, the Washington Post reported that after that federal interrogation, Hopkins recanted his story, but Hopkins later
I can't take this serious no more. I cannot take this seriously no more.
If you go back to that Washington Post story, you'll see that they have
pause it, Black Son. Pause it. He basically said MK Ultra. He basically saying MK Ultra took over and stuffed the ballot. And then, Black Son, man, you done. You was done. You was done, sir.
Your hands are caught in the cookie jar.
You are done.
I thought there was no video, MD. What happened when there was no video? Remember you said there was no video?
This man just said mind control.
What do you think government is?
Oh my God! Black Son, you've been sentenced. You've been sentenced to 3 months off the internet. May God have mercy on your soul.
He doesn't believe in God. How
well,
have mercy on his soul? He don't believe that God even exists.
The conservative. He believe in the conservative MAGA God. That may
I mean, that's a lot of evidence.
You done, Black Son. You was done, sir. But I'm getting beat up. This man just said mind control.
He also said 3 or states right there.
Yep. Pennsylvania. Michigan.
Hey, you know what? I blame Gideon for this because he said the insurrection was constitutional. So all y'all ass getting charged under federal RICO charge.
It's constitutional. When the government becomes so tyrannical,
that's right.
The people have a duty to what? Take their ass out.
Yep.
Hey, MD's on a roll right now. He's on a comedic landslide.
Well, Gideon, like I said, you said the insurrection was constitutional. I'm looking at you as the ringleader of the RICO case right now.
Oh man, hey man.
So Gideon's now the chief
architect. I don't speak any English. I only do the math.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm from over the border, man. I came over to, they let me in the country on federal
RICO and conspiracy charges.
Yo, man, I came over the border on some electric scooters, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
For quoting the Constitution.
Don't speak the English. I only do the math. Give me my scooter. Or give me a Sea-Doo and I'm going over the border.
Don't forget that
Declaration of Independence.
Hey man, just give me my $200 a month and send me to one of the sanctuary cities, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you coming to Denver then?
Apparently out of resources. That's a cut.
I'll be damned.
Don't come here. That's what he said. He said flyers out. I already said flyers out.
Oh, Justin and several other sanctuary city mayors was meeting with Biden yesterday.
Oh, Biden turned them away.
Yeah. Hey, Black Son, did you get that video I sent you? I sent you the whole Alderman's meeting video, the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! Hold on.
It's over an hour long, bro. Like, we're gonna have to play that shit another day.
Okay, we can do that.
All right, the defense rests our case.
Hey, stop playing games with it, Black Son. Play the rest of the video. Play the rest of the MSNBC video so I can show you who you truly are.
Okay.
All I know is there's a lot of Indian speakers there, MD.
Oh, well, the United States.
Don't shoot the messenger
and deliver prayers every day. On the night before January the 6th, Reverend Raphael Warnock, the longtime pastor at Atlanta's Ebenezer Baptist Church, was elected senator from Georgia. Reverend Warnock and the chaplains are perfectly capable of being very Christian and also existing very happily within the multi-faith and multi-ethnic democracy represented by the United States Congress. None of them are storming the Capitol. No, this particular
hell no, I ain't going for Warnock.
Don't is a different kind of thing.
Don't get distracted.
Christian nationalism, the belief that the United States should be ruled by Christians and by a certain narrow interpretation of evangelical Christian values, is not a new thing. The journalist Michelle Goldberg wrote a book about the rise of Christian nationalism back in 2006. But what's new is the fusion of that ideology with the potent political movement of
fusion.
Stop the steal election.
That Black Son, he fused with the evangelical movement
about the stolen election and praising the January 6th attack as a righteous revolution to restore America. It's also about the fusion of religion and race too. A poll released in November by the Public Religion Research Institute found that 60% of white evangelical respondents believe the 2020 election was stolen, a far higher share than other Christian groups of any race. Journalist Sarah Posner has written a book on how white Christian nationalists powered Trump's presidency. She put it in this way in an essay this week for Talking Points Memo, quote, "A movement that elevated Trump to messianic status was able to convince millions that satanic forces had robbed God's man in the White House of his anointed perch."
Oh shit, Gideon.
Their duty
Gideon,
pause there. Was to go to battle
Gideon
on his
say
behalf.
that the devil was at
An
work.
example of what that battle
Yeah, that's what.
even now.
Oh no.
Don't hell. But Black Son said Trump was Jesus.
Yeah, he did.
Nah, hey, look, when the next Christian government that's gonna be is when Jesus come back. So anything before that, it's not gonna be there. It's gonna be the Antichrist. So that's what I'm waiting for.
Well, you need to tell Black Son that.
Well,
Black Son better pick a side, huh? Better pick a side, either with Jesus or the devil. Which one?
But notice everybody was talking when he did that quote. What did the last part of the quote say? It said the spiritual patriotic warriors of the MAGA movement. They skewing patriotism with evangelical spirituality.
You can't do that.
I know you can't do it. Tell Black Son.
Oh,
tell Black Son.
Yeah.
They
Now
also said it was the devil. The devil was at work.
Paul was doing that. Paul had a thing where he was a Roman and stuff like that. He was a Roman and he was a Jew and all of that stuff. And he had a couple passages in the New Testament where he was talking about that. It's like, I'm a Roman and all that and everything, but I'm a Jew too. Jew as in like not saying that he's part of the Pharisaical, because the term Jew has different connotations when it's depending on what part of a passage it is. Because most of the time the Jews are talking about the Pharisees, and then because they would say something about the Jews, but the people denied them, but the people were scared of the Jews. Well, what are they talking about? They were talking about the common people were scared of the Pharisees because they have power of church and state, and that's what happened to the blind. That's what happened to the blind man. The blind man, he testified that Jesus made him see, and they kicked him out of the synagogue. And what that really meant is,
let me ask you a question then, Gideon. Would you correlate modern day Christian nationalism with the Pharisees?
Yeah, in certain ways, yeah. Certain ways, yeah, definitely.
I object.
In certain ways, because it's like, because now it's about having your best life now and everything. It's like, yo, where's the cross? Nobody want to talk about the cross no more. They talking about getting your best life.
And the reason I asked you that, because it's a distinct commonality between the Pharisees and Christian nationalism, based on the fact that they're imbuing certain what they would consider morality into the government body of the people. And another point you made, Gideon, you was talking about Paul, talking about giving the distinction of him being a Roman and a Jew. Black Son also do that with the distinction with him being an atheist and a Christian nationalist.
Well, Black Son does.
Man, you're MD on a roll, man.
When in Rome, he does as the Romans do.
Oh yeah.
He on a roll.
So yeah. I get your point. But hey, let's continue on. Let's discover more about this Christian nationalism.
Oh man, yo, your Black Son, man, he got you on the ropes.
Perhaps you've seen this viral clip of Tennessee pastor and January the 6th attendee Greg Locke this week.
The pastor was at the insurrection?
I'm to the place right now. If you vote Democrat, I don't even want you around this church. You can get out. You can get out, you baby Bushman.
Who that sound like, y'all? Who that sound like?
I don't care how mad that makes you. You get pissed off as you want to. You cannot be a Christian and vote Democrat in this nation.
Yeah, he's right though. He's right though.
And hate this nation. Bunch of devils.
You want to speak on that, Gideon?
Yay. But I tell you one thing, because for one fact that they are down with abortions. And when you know the history of the Bible, God hates abortions, yo.
Not only
Molech, look up Molech.
Abortion, they're down with transgenderism and abomination.
All of that.
Yeah. Oh,
you're killing yourself. Huh?
You quiet now.
So what are we going
to go ahead?
Democrats that are
Jerry, I want to
Christians.
see the rest of the video. I want to see the rest of the video. 'Cause this show is hilarious as hell.
All right, we keep playing it.
I'm sick of it. They want to talk about the insurrection. You ain't seen an insurrection yet. You keep on pushing our buttons, you low-down sorry compromisers. You God-hating communist America. You'll find out what an insurrection is, because we ain't playing your garbage. We ain't playing your mess. My Bible says that the church of the living God is an institution, that the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And the Bible says that we'll take it by force. That's what the Bible says.
Well, I mean,
Let me ask you this.
hey, he kind of right, but he kind of twisted it a little bit. But I hear what he's saying.
Break it down, Vivian.
Well, when he said, he quoted the kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. Talking more about like spirituality and prayer, but he made it seem like he's talking about get your guns.
Exact Gideon. Why did he do that? Why? You know why? So tell the truth.
If people didn't know that, if people don't know the context of that scripture, then they'll get taken on that ride.
So what context did he put it under though, Gideon?
He made it physical. He made it physical.
He made it physical based off of what?
Off of the fact that the insurrection and all that stuff, and this is what we're supposed to do. And it wasn't really necessarily talking about that. Taking it by force is like fasting and praying and just being out there like Paul. Peter.
The context that he was given was MAGA. Everybody know it.
Yo, there was one part where God broke Peter out of jail. Peter went to jail because he's preaching the gospel. He broke him out of jail that same night, and then he went right back in the same spot yesterday. Started, the same spot where he got arrested at. Started preaching again the next day.
Yeah, you got to bear your cross, right?
Yeah, but see, because you be willing to die, you willing to give up your life. They're not talking. That's the part everybody don't want to talk about. These people trying to be down with the wall.
Play the last little bit, Black Son. Play the last little bit.
If a Muslim imam in a mosque said that, looked into the camera and said, "You ain't seen an insurrection yet, and we'll take it by force," that's what the Quran says. What would happen to that imam? Seriously, what would happen to him?
What would happen to him, Black Son?
He would be deemed a terrorist. Speaking at his tax-exempt church is one of the most bonkers, most disturbing, most extreme things I have seen in recent years. And I say that as someone who's spent the past 7 years covering the likes of Donald Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene. But here's the thing. Thousands of people attend some of Greg Locke's sermons in person, millions online. He's one of more than a dozen pastors who've participated in this weird Stop the Steal roadshow that features General Michael Flynn and Roger Stone and Eric Trump holding events at churches across the country. And when you're calling Democrats demons and devils, it's like more and more Republicans calling Democrats pedophiles. Devils and demons and pedophiles can't be allowed to win elections. They are by definition ungodly and illegitimate. And anything you do to stop them is justified. And to the new.
Well, Joe Biden is a pedophile. I got bars.
Joe
Biden is a pedophile.
I'm not gonna argue that, but I'm not gonna argue that, but it's further proving the point. Continue.
Oh my God. Joe Biden is a pedophile, so I'm just saying.
Newly elected Republican nominee for governor of Pennsylvania, Doug Mastriano. He kind of fuses together the religious and political sides of this movement. He was the Trump campaign's #1 ally in the Pennsylvania state legislature in their effort to get Joe Biden's win in Pennsylvania overturned. He marched to the Capitol on January the 6th. Running for governor, he campaigned at events like Pennsylvania for Christ, whose organizers claim their goal is to reestablish the kingdom of God in Pennsylvania. And at an event called Patriots Arise for God, Family, and Country, where he was gifted a David sword for, quote, fighting for our religious rights in Christ Jesus.
We have the power of God with us. We have Jesus Christ that we're serving here. He's guiding and directing our steps. In November, we're going to take our state back. My God will make it so.
Black Son God was supposed to make it so.
Has the chance to try to fulfill this prophecy after winning the Republican
The
nomination
same guy
for
he
governor
don't
on
believe
Tuesday.
in.
Right.
Now, did he win? Did he win that?
No, he did not.
Yes, that means that he prophesied falsely.
Yep.
Well, you just sympathize with insurrection. So which one is it?
No, I'm constitutionally you can do that.
That's right.
Now, what the reason why they did it? That's your debate. But right now, if you see a tyrannical people raising up, you got the people is supposed to police these people out here.
You can't prove tyranny in the and I don't support no damn Democratic Party, but I'm not gonna sit here and try to say that the Democratic Party is tyrannical. I'm not gonna do that.
I mean,
because I know what tyranny means.
Well, right now, abortion's taking over. Biblically, that is tyrannical. You trying to fight
so nationwide abortions is what, Gideon?
Biblically, it's tyrannical, B.
So what are we talking about?
It's biblical tyranny.
If a legislator ban abortions nationwide, what is that? Let's keep it real.
If they ban abortions, that's cool.
I forgot you're a Christian nationalist. Why am I laughing?
I'm not a Christian now. I'm just born again believer, man. That's it.
But you just said
all these terms.
You just said that the government is righteous for the government to ban abortion.
Yeah,
that's righteous.
That's right, because who
it's also tyrannical.
Yes, because God decided it so.
So you cool with tyranny? If God says so,
I'm cool with them banning abortions. Now, is it?
That's tyrannical, Gideon.
That's not.
Well, you can call it what you want. God said it so.
Need I say more?
It's not tyrannical because based on the government is allocating taxpayers' money. If the tax people don't want abortions, then that's not being tyrannical. That's
that's not how that works, Black Son. Stop capping.
That's not how that works.
That's not how that works. What are we doing? What does the First Amendment say? All federal duties not in federal jurisdiction go back to the states. That's what it say.
Yeah. And so now it's up to the state. So when the state says the baby don't got the right, so when the baby says the state don't got the right to live, well then that state is tyrannical.
And each state, like Louisiana, voted on no more abortion. So therefore they're dealing with.
And you got states that voted on abortion. I ain't got no problem with that because that's what the Constitution say that's supposed to be done.
That's fine.
This is not what these people are saying, Black Son. Stop capping.
So now it's cool for that state to kill babies because people said you could vote. So screw what God says. The people said I could kill some babies.
The people can overturn that by voting in their legislators to do.
The people can overturn God's word. So I'd rather go with God.
Yeah, in America, they can.
Well, that's why this country is going to go down sooner or later, man.
It couldn't have been said from a Christian nationalist any better.
No, but put it like this. I'm not saying I'm going to do it. I'm not saying I hope it's going to get done. I'm saying that sooner or later, America's going to get dealt with.
Yep. Oh, cool. Until the end, freedom.
and it's just like every other empire. Every other empire got dealt with.
Yep.
I wasn't even there when it happened because when they decided that they got too big for their britches and they went against God, they had to get dealt with.
Mm-hmm. Well, that
Babylon the Great has fallen.
Yep, fallen.
Yeah, Babylon. Yeah, you're right. and the one that's gonna stand in the army of the Lord, but beside you is Black Son.
Hey, come on, Black Son, come on home, man. The invitation, you still alive, man. The invitation is open, man.
Hey, listen.
Second Amendment.
We got to stop these demons from goddamn robbing elections.
In the Declaration of Independence, it says whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute a new government.
J6.
What was J6 about, man? Y'all. J6 was about. It wasn't about no time, man. It was about stop the steal, based on baseless.
Well, stop.
No, but okay, let's just say that if that was the case and they felt like it was getting stolen, they had a right to do that.
Right.
Now,
but they were lemmings, Gideon. They didn't know they right from they left. They were just going off of whatever was said.
No, you can't say
be that as it may.
Make it right.
So
be that as it may.
Everybody, what MD is saying is that we all need to go to the hospital and have our eyes checked out. Because
yeah, our lying eyes. We didn't see what we seen.
Yeah, you're right. You need to get your eye checked out if you think MK Ultra is the reason why the mind control. Yeah, you're right.
MK Ultra. Wow.
You exactly right.
Those people that
you ain't rare for them.
That's what CBN said. That's what CBN said.
Those people at J6 saw the same thing that I saw, that Jay saw, that China saw, that Gideon saw.
You know who else saw it? Brad Raffensperger saw it, and he said it was bullshit.
I don't care what
he said it was bullshit. Three times he said it was bullshit.
I don't give a fuck what Ratzenberger said.
I know you don't. I know you don't.
I know what I saw.
I know you don't.
My vision, I'm declaring that my vision's better than Ratzenberger, sir.
I'm declaring it's not because he saw because.
Oh, I'm glad you said
because he saw it verbatim. Live in living color. You did. You saw matter of fact, you saw doctored footage. That's what you saw.
No, sir. No, sir. Okay, what does that say right there? It says multiple illegal absentee ballots being deposited into a ballot box, sir. I can read that. Can you read that?
Yeah, and it ain't got nothing to do with the 2020 election.
I just want to know if you can see that. I want to check your eyes because I can read
Black
that.
I thought you would come better prepared to defend your own freedom. You did. So that's your fault.
I'm waiting for you to wrap up.
That's your fault.
This is from Congress.com.
So yeah, we gotta stop playing.
You gotta stop playing, MD. You got smoked tonight.
We got to stop playing. It's been proven from a grand jury that you a Christian nationalist, and that every aspect of your viewpoint in the political,
We got to take a vote. It don't work like that. That's tyrannical. See, MD's trying to take Gideon, Che, China, everybody's vote away right now. Y'all
yeah, I got to because you dangerous.
Oh, he said he got to take y'all votes. Y'all hear that?
You dangerous to the sanctity of American society. I gotta take it away.
See, and it's like in Star Wars where what's his name?
Yeah.
Mace Windu. He's like, yo, man, I got to kill you now. You're too dangerous.
This is a democracy, sir. We still got executive sessions. We got Jesse. We got Che. We got Gideon. We got people here that have a right to vote, sir. We got Chris.
Hey, I tell you what, you need to put a poll up in your community tab, and I do the same.
Okay.
Is Black Son a Christian national? and we let the people decide. And pin this video. Pin this video to it.
Oh my God.
That's what must be done, and let the people decide.
Right, man, right. Because you're being tyrannical now, trying to take these people's votes, just like they're trying to take the people's rights away in goddamn Colorado to vote for Trump.
Well, this for the greater good of the people. So it is what it is.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that?
Yeah. I had to go socialist on your way. I had to. I had to.
Y'all hear Joseph M.D. Stalin here?
Yeah. Damn, he don't want Mussolini on us.
Damn. Well,
Hey,
who is this? Not, huh?
goddamn Mussolini dictator. That's what MD stands for.
I ain't no fascist. I'm trying to get rid of the fascists.
No, sir, you're trying to take people's votes. That's fascism.
Man, I ain't taking nobody vote. You trying to take people vote.
No, I'm allowing
Trump tried to take people vote. That's why he got charged with conspiracy to protect rights. That's why he got charged with.
Biden took people's vote. Biden thought everybody had eyesight like he did.
He thought everybody was sleepy.
Right. Right. That's why they did that when everybody was asleep. Everybody woke up and was like, "Oh hell no."
Yeah.
Hell no.
That ain't what everybody said.
Who did?
Everybody understood that votes had stopped and they was gonna resume in the morning.
In certain
but
states.
it was a critical hour. So they continued, just like the video in Georgia where you say they were stuffing ballots, but in actuality they had stopped counting and went back to count.
Right,
Video
because
Connecticut.
of a water main break, right? Because of water main break.
Well, what that got to do with them?
Oh, no. They stopped counting because there was a water main break in Fulton County. Do you remember hearing that?
That's not why they stopped counting. That's a lie. No, it's not. They stopped counting because they were told that they was gonna continue in the morning.
And
then it came down from Kemp and Raffensperger said, no, fuck that. We getting done with it tonight. So they came back to start continuing the count. Raffensperger done said this multiple times. But the hell with what Raffensperger say. Stop the steal, goddamn it. Stop the steal.
Exactly. Stop the steal. To hell with Ratzenberger. To hell with the rat with the burger. Stop the goddamn steal. He needs his eyes checked out. Go down to Grady and get his eyes checked out. Because I know what I saw. Shay know what he saw, and the people at Jay what they saw.
Even though he audited the votes 3 times.
Bro, you arguing with my eyesight. I got perfect eyesight.
Right.
You arguing with my eyesight.
Your eyesight is jacked because you didn't see nobody stuffing no ballot.
Again, MD. Everybody notice I
The
asked
MK Ultra dose was too heavy. What?
I asked MD to read that yellow line. He couldn't read it.
Man, listen, man. Again,
read the yellow line. That's all you got to do. Read the yellow line. Just read
me reading something that has no context to what we talk about don't establish none. I refuse to read it. I refuse to read it.
Right. Your eyesight is jacked up. And that's what Biden was counting on everybody else's eyesight to be jacked up, sir.
Because it don't have no context to what we're talking about. That's why I refuse to read it.
I'm talking about good eyesight right now. I'm not talking about
doing more than voting.
Good eyesight ain't got nothing to do with the MK Ultra.
No, it has everything to do. It has everything to do with knowing what you're seeing. I read it and Che read it, so that proves we got good eyesight. You don't know why you read it. I believe.
Last I checked, Project Bluebeam can project whatever. So
hey, it's okay.
Project Bluebeam, huh?
Oh my God. He brought a Project Bluebeam.
You're not gonna make fun of you.
I'm just saying what the CBN man said. That's what he said.
He said, if you're a Democrat, you do not belong in this church.
Hey, man, MD, man, the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
I agree with that. I'm telling you, based on the absence of evidence and you not seeing what you see and you coming up with your own determination is the problem. Is that evidence on the screen? Is that 2020 election?
That's an election, sir. It's an election.
Is that the 2020 election, Black? Stop.
It's an election. In fact, it's even worse because it's 2023. That's even worse.
My God.
2023, so that's even worse.
Cheating.
That's
my God.
They're still cheating.
Yeah, that's more reason. That's even worse. So
that's setting a precedent right there.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Right. Look at the boldness of the girl just walking back and forth, just stepping back.
I'm talking about, man, red herrings all day long.
Third. Cheating. Well, so cheating is different in different states, huh? That's how that works.
The whataboutism is real.
Different states.
The whataboutism is real, boy. I tell you. Well,
you doing the James Brown is real right now. The James Brown with one leg.
You can go ahead and put your Cash App up on the screen for commissary and all of that. You know, maybe somebody look out for you.
Put somebody on our books.
Yeah. Put some money on your books and everything, cause you up out of there. You was up out of there.
Believes us. He said, "Yes, some work in the dawn."
Yep. See, yeah, we got. Yep. That's another vote for me, sir. And he even look what he left. Look at his comment. Damn, even he reading it. Man, he got good eyesight. Everybody cast eyesight to except for goddamn MD here.
So did this Negro just type in the comment section what's on the damn screen? I'm gone, man. I'm gone, bro. I'm gone. I'm out, bro. I'm out. I'm out, man. I'll holler at y'all on the next show, bro. I'll be damned. I'll be damned.
Hey, MD don't like to be teased for his poor eyesight, y'all.
I'll be damned.
He don't want to be teased for his poor eyesight, man. He don't like doing the physical. They saying read the line next to the thing. MULTI multiple elite. He don't want to do that, man.
I mean, who even? I'm finna time this dude out, man. Who is this person? This dude wrote in the comments what was on the damn screen. I'll be damned. I'm finna block you from the comment section, sir.
No, that's discriminating against Muslims, man. Don't do that, man. That's
on the screen in the chat.
He's probably a Palestinian supporter, man. Don't do that.
I mean, that one took me out. That one took me out.
He wants you to stay. He said no stay.
That's it.
You don't have to leave.
He said no stay.
That shit took me out. let me get some gas real quick, bro. I gotta reflect on that shit. I'll be right back.
Yeah, multiple votes. And just like here in Colorado, you don't know if it was dead people that was voting.
Facts.
We don't know if it was people that weren't even registered to voting.
Right, but we ain't got good eyesight though, Che.
Ain't nothing wrong with my vision.
Hey, that's the test right there. The yellow letters, man. Hey, everybody read except for MD, man. MD upset. I'm goddamn.
You done see what you
Oh shit.
Ain't nothing wrong with my senses.
Oh gosh. All right, so this debate will be determined by a vote. So I'm gonna post it, man. We're gonna post it on MD's page, man. We're gonna vote on this thing, man. We're not gonna do the goddamn MD where he does the Mussolini dictatorship. We're not doing that, MD. Oh shit.
Damn, man. That was a live ass show.
Yeah, it was, man. I gotta get some water. My throat is goddamn tore up. Shit. God damn. My eyes ain't tore up though, MD.
Your eyes are playing tricks on you. You're gone beyond your mind playing tricks on you. Your eyes is playing tricks on you now.
According to MD, everybody's under MK Ultra.
We love you, Nas. Nas says, "Love you, brothers."
Love you, hey man. We love you, Nas, man. Come back more often, brother. Hey, we having fun up here, man. I love it. This is the best Friday night I've had in a long time.
That's a good one.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir. We doing eye exams and everything. I love it.
We got the optometrist.
Yes, sir. Oh shit! Hey y'all.
We got our lens-free spectacles on.
He basically said we all under the Mandela effect.
Yeah. See, so what happened was, your eyes did not stop. They seen.
Don't believe your lying eyes.
Yeah, your lying brown eyes. Your lying brown eyes.
That's not true. You didn't go to bed and it was one way, and then wake up the next day and it was a different way.
All I was insurrection. That shit was hilarious to me. It's still funny. That footage right there, I came up to Justice apartment that day, and I said, "Hey, cuz, you want you to do?" We put out this, and I was just immediately was just laugh. I was laughing. He was looking at me like, "Why are you laughing?" I was like, "It's just hilarious as hell. Look at all these white people bomb rushing the motherfucking building."
I was like, the crackers that took over the White House.
Yeah, like the crackers. Look at them. There's like thousands of them. You know what I mean? I said, you got a shirtless motherfucking Viking walking through.
Oh yeah, Shaman Man.
No service.
Shaman Man, yeah. You know he's out.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, he's out. He's been out.
But they only gave him 18 months.
Shit.
If that, well, yeah.
No time. If you want to go according to the Constitution, right? He shouldn't have served no time, right?
Facts.
So look, that shirtless Viking was running around that motherfucker with a whole thing, touching shit, looking at shit. Everybody was terrorizing Pelosi's office.
The one that took a shit in Pelosi's office.
Yeah, they did a whole bunch of disgruntled shit.
It stole, and then there was another one that stole her laptop.
And all these black workers were all up in the motherfucking cafeteria just chilling.
And then the Capitol Police officer had to fend them off.
Yeah.
He had to redirect them.
Oh yeah.
The only black officer. He let him roll through.
That motherfucker was like 4'3" too, man. I'm like,
yeah.
What the hell?
That was a lot, man. They used them all holding hands on the ground, like in the chambers.
My God.
On the floor.
My God, eat Bizzle in the house.
Eat Bizzle, what's up, man?
They didn't have no food in there. All they had was Skittles. It was living rough for a minute. This shit was hilarious to me. They're all holding hands, going down in the basement.
They have to put that desk by the door.
Why they have all
They're at the door. Get down.
Yeah, trying to hold the door apart. They still let these motherfuckers in, only to guard a treasure box. It was a treasure chest they were guarding.
Yeah, they have the votes in there.
The votes was guarded in a treasure chest.
That security
guard. All right, I'm back, man. I like I said, bro, I had to get out, man, get some fresh air after that. I'm back.
What happened, Black Sun? Did you go get the gas? What happened?
No,
Black
MD. That was MD.
No, Black Sun.
Yeah. I had to get some gas, man. Like I said, I just had to walk around for a second.
Remember yesterday, Black Sun said you go do a live and get some gas. Where MD gets gas at?
MD had to go find eyeglasses, the spectacles, man.
Man,
you need some lens-free spectacles.
Y'all wilding, like,
We're wilding. You said we didn't see what we seen.
You talking about we on the
I ain't say you didn't see what you're seeing. I said you saw what you saw in something totally different than what we're talking about. That's what I said.
You saw what you wanted to see, and you heard what you wanted to hear.
And according to the mailman, it was mind control anyway.
It was programmed. You did whatever you wanted to see. That's what he said. He said the program was so real, you saw what you wanted to see.
What it
is. That's right, I forgot. Yeah.
Shame on our lion eyes.
Yep.
Like brown eyes. Like brown eyes.
That's what it is. That is what it is, folks. But yeah, man, yeah. Like I said, good show, man. Good show. We
Yeah. You want to do the movie tomorrow?
Yeah. Cause I got a mission tonight. I'm on my way to the house now. I gotta.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool, y'all.
Take a shower and get dressed.
Hey, everybody, we're gonna do a movie tomorrow, man. What's a good time?
All
right. Shit.
Y'all 2 hours.
Around Saturday, we got our broadcast.
Well, that's later in the evening.
If you want to do like 7-ish, maybe.
7.
Is that cool with y'all, Jay?
Be 5 o'clock our time. Yeah, we can stop in briefly. Maybe we could probably give you an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we just gonna play the movie. I don't think it's really not gonna be no commentary to it. You know what I mean?
How long is the movie?
I think it's like an hour and 45 minutes. Something like that.
4:30. Could you do it at 6:30 y'all time?
I mean, that's possible. That's possible. Just gotta see where I'm at. I mean, I should be good. Yeah, my son got a football game at 3. Yeah, I should be good.
Okay.
Oh, he from London, man. Nas from London. London in the house, man. Yeah, shout out to London, man.
UK in the house.
Yeah. Man, we need to get some London connects over here so we can damn run this thing 24 hours, man. Shit.
What happened to old boy? Didn't you have old boy? What's his name?
Gambino.
Yeah, Ndello. What was his name?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I told him he pops in every once in a while, man. I don't know what. Hey, he always welcome come. This shit. That's MD's boy, man. Shit.
Oh, MD, I told Sarge about this show. I told Sarge about this show, Pianki's friend.
Yeah, man, shit. So yeah, we can man, shit. Hey, good show, y'all, man. I gotta get some water, shit.
See y'all later.
All right, y'all. Peace.
All right, peace, y'all.
Peace.
Peace. Thanks, Gideon.
Oh, no doubt, man. It was a fun show, man. I like the chemistry, man.
I loved it. Yeah, I loved it, man. Oh yeah, man. We always got good chemistry.
Wow, it's 2:08 a.m. there. Jesus. Yeah, it's definitely time to go to sleep over there.
All right, peace, Gideon. Peace, MD. Peace, Black Son.
Peace, China.
Lady Che.
Yeah.
Lady Che, I'm sorry, Lady Che. Sorry about that, Lady Che. Sorry about that.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace, y'all. Let's see. Close it on out. Close it on out, y'all. Close it on out.